Hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me is my co-host today, special guest Chill. What's going on, Chill?
Chilly chill back in the Ville. Last time you heard of me, Drake and Kendrick was going amok.
Yeah, that was the last time you were on the show. That was a while back. Makes me think. What did you think about the concert there?
Kendrick put on one hell of a show. Like, yeah, if you was definitely from LA, you would have been like, "Oh shit, this is dope." He had Blue Blood Clan there. I'm glad he had like Ty Dolla Sign there. Who else he had there, man? Everybody that
Tyler was there. Tyler, the
Tyler was
creator.
there. And when Tyler came out, the crowd went crazy. I watched it from beginning to end, man, and it was nice, man. It was a victory lap, man. It was the I don't know where Tupac was at that one time, but it was like one of those moments where it's like it was his like Tupac moment, you know what I'm saying? And it was cool to have all those sets on stage. A couple of Spanish sets out in LA. They had something to say about that. But it was cool to have some of the sets on stage and everything like that. They kind of did Ty Dolla Sign a little bit bogus because his mic went out a little bit. He was the only one that maybe had some mic problems. And then when the Cuzzos came out, this is the group that's like a group of girls out of LA that
Mhm.
I've been kind of watching or whatever. When they came out, they sequence of like performing was kind of off, so they can work on that. But they still new. But other than that, like the concert was dope. Somebody was saying that Kendrick will probably do this as every Juneteenth, like
Mm.
how Tyler does his shit, his big show and everything, and fucking do it. But let's 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 give Tyler the Creator the crown because if he is going to do this every year, Tyler the Creator was the first one to do his camp and all that shit. Every year he does his own festival. Every year, Our Future.
Mm.
So somebody can correct me, let me know if it was consistently, but he was the first person to actually put some shit like that together. So if Kendrick can do that and he does that specifically for Juneteenth, hey, I fuck with it. And I appreciate one thing too. I appreciate that I was able to stream this.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Being an old nigga that I am, I'm not going to be standing in those crowds and shit like that. I'm not going to be like, trying to stand in line and all that shit. You get tired of that shit. And I like intimate concerts. I like concerts that you can go to where, maybe it's one person and everything like that. But if you're going to like these type of Lollapalooza and concerts like that, yeah, man, put them on streaming. Put them on streaming. You get you a couple of extra bucks on sponsorships. Make it an event and people will tune in, and it's just convenient for a lot of people. And you know what? If you got the right sound and TV and all that shit, man, it feels good to watch it on there. Makes you feel like you're at the concert, and hey, it maybe will make you want to go to the concert next year. That's also a retention draw. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, Kendrick Lamar pop out concert happened on Juneteenth. I don't know. Maybe he'll make this a regular thing.
mhm.
Maybe a yearly thing. But yeah, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people good reaction. They had a lot of people come out. Mention the people that were on stage, like Ty Dolla Sign was there, DJ Mustard was there, Tyler the Creator came out, Dr. Dre. Do you think it's hypocritical him bringing out Dr. Dre? A lot of people said that.
Yeah, because he's a scumbag and he beat that damn journalist girl almost half to death. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was a bad time to read the room type thing. I would never bought out Dr. Dre for that type of shit.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are like, yeah, that may have been not the best person to kind of bring out there, given that he is a confirmed domestic violence abuser. There, Dr. Dre, multiple women that he also did this. That's fact. That's known. That he did that. So yeah, so that might have been a little bit of a stain there on the concert there. But also you had a lot of celebrities in attendance too. Chloe was there. Chloe Bailey was there.
Chloe Bay was there.
Yeah, she was there. You had SZA who was in disguise. She dressed up. She went there.
And you know that's funny. That's funny that because you second person said that. I didn't know Chloe Bailey was there. I didn't know SZA was there. But I did ask this question to a group of hip hoppers, and I said, "Why the fuck has nobody talked to SZA yet?" SZA is one of the main pieces between these two beef, and we know Drake gets a lot of his beef off of a pillow talking. So why did nobody talk to SZA? So I don't know. I just feel like, and I'm sorry if SZA even sees this, but I just feel like, baby, you've been pillow talking, and you know something that we don't know, baby girl. It's all right. Keep it to
like she's been pillow talking with Drake, or she's been with.
Yeah, with both. I mean, she's in the camp. She was just in, the sexy the baby daddy video with Sexy Red. That's not too long ago came out. You know what I'm saying? Even though it didn't really get no hype like that, like it didn't come out too long ago. She was all in that video, hanging out with Drake, saying how if she canceled her Toronto show that he was going to come back out there with her and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always that one person in the middle of the group. So I'm just saying, man. Hey, and look, this might be a deeper thing where, hey, they might have been just arguing over a girl, or SZA might be the key to all this shit. Look at the video. Look at the video. Look who right there. Look who right there. Come on, man. They in Drake crib. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So yeah, she was
really
there
close.
Yeah. Jeez. But
shaking BBL. Come on now.
But yeah, SZA was there. Chloe Bailey was there. Some streamers were there. Some big time streamers.
I ain't seen none of them. Who?
Ludwig.
Who?
I think you know Ludwig. You know him?
The white boy?
Yeah, he was there.
He used to be on Twitch, right?
Yeah, he's on Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like watch him a little bit. I just thought he was smart. What the fuck he doing there?
I mean, hey, everybody was there, man. Yeah, I think he said he was there. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, I think he said he was there. I think some other celebrities were there in attendance that were there. So yeah, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't even hear anything about it until all of a sudden I just saw the timeline, and then Twitter was like, "Oh yeah, Kendrick's having a concert." Did you already know about it beforehand?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
He had announced it, I think, right after maybe one of the last records that came out. He had announced he was doing a concert on Juneteenth. So it was probably something that was just already in advance, and this beef just really triggered it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Javon Good, how's it going there? Man, was Millie Bobby Brown there. But LeBron was there. LeBron, Westbrook, Westbrook got up on stage. Everybody was dancing there. That big moment. Yeah, that was DeMar DeRozan was there too. So he had some basketball players were there.
Kawhi Leonard was there smoking Zaza.
Kawhi Leonard was there?
Yeah, he was smoking.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, so you had some other people were there. Do you think? I mean, is it that big of a deal that like people that were cool with Drake, like someone like LeBron, is there at a Kendrick Lamar concert? Do you think that matters?
Oh man, it's just fucking entertainment. They beef is they beef. I wouldn't give a fuck if somebody else was at somebody else's shit. I don't care, man. It's not. That's not the big thing. Sometimes it's about what type of relationship you have to the people. Don't like, because you gotta think about it, man. Everything outside of it's optics. So like if you was fucking with like Aiden Ross and I don't fuck with Aiden Ross, you think I'm gonna be mad at you because you fucking with Aiden Ross? Now people would expect me to. People would expect me to, like, oh, why are you fucking around? Just like with what's that dude named Mark from
RDC World?
RDC World, yeah.
Oh, like, yeah.
Y'all really think Drewski was serious about, oh, you picked a side, and when he commented and shit like that, he wasn't really serious about that. Yeah. You're gonna see them fools right back together again.
Yeah. So yeah, like everybody got on stage dancing. He performed Night Like Us 5 times or 5 times, right?
I can't even count. I know the piece. I know that Jesus piece that he got on and shit. He just got that motherfucker. He just got it from Ben Baller. Mm-hmm. Ben Baller made that piece for him and shit. Because Ben Baller was on the Spaces with us. Well, not with me, but he was on the Space. I was just in the crowd listening. he was on a Spaces, and he was talking about him making that chain that day for him. Not that day, but making that chain for this concert and shit. So, and Ben Ball is somebody else that also fucks with Drake very heavy. Ben Ball, one of the OGs in the Jury game. He kind of came around a little bit before Johnny Dang, was in the spotlight and everything like that. And he's a LA native, you know what I'm saying? And damn, I was surprised at his age. He's like 50 some years old, man. But Ben Baller also did content too. He did a lot of MTV content and stuff back in the day. I think he had the show and stuff. So Ben Baller's been around for forever. He done made pieces for everybody. I think including Pac, like, you know what I'm saying? So
damn, he been in the game that long, huh?
Yeah, he's been in the game that long, dog. Yep, he's been in the game that long. And yeah, so if you see that pendant and everything like that, that's made from Ben Baller. And for everybody that's saying that he's imitating Drake's dance move, that is not Drake's dance move. If you go to Little Mouse, Get Smoked, that is Little Mouse's dance move called the Money Dance. Let's please just get it straight. Everybody think he's trolling Drake. He's kind of maybe trolling Drake, but it's still a Little Mouse. And let's not forget that Kendrick is born in Chicago. His parents is from Chicago. They deeply rep Chicago because they even rep Chicago in his album, saying that, hey, remember, we was born in Chicago. We from Chicago. So, his roots are still tapped in out there. So, you know what I'm saying? When he was doing that dance, everybody was doing a dance that night. Another person that was on stage that night, too, that I think people should check out is Rimble. Rimble was on stage, and I think that's something that people overlook because Rimble just got out of he's in a beef right now, doing beef records, and he rapped over that Not Like Us to beef with another rapper. You know what I'm saying? So that's another guy, Rimble. I really like him. And for him to come on stage and people not really talk about it, it's kind of telling. People try to talk about it, but people kind of left it under the radar. But yeah, shouts to Rimble, man.
Yeah, so you have that there. It's got a good sneaker collection too, Ben Baller here.
Oh yeah. He's I don't know his sneaker collection. I didn't know he's into it like that, but he got a good one.
Yeah, you see, this is his IG right here. I guess this is all his sneakers here. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
pretty deep.
I'm struggling with the couple of pairs that I got, trying to go through them and shit like that. I still got a pair I still got two pairs I still haven't wore, and I don't even got that many sneakers. But I can just imagine having that many sneakers. Yeah, that's just. But those people go out every day. You know what I'm saying? They go out like maybe more than once a day. I can see myself changing into different sneakers and shit like that, throughout the day and shit. But mine will probably be mostly Jordans, maybe some foam posits and shit like that.
Yeah. What do you think about the game? Him not being there. A lot of people talking about the game not being there.
Yeah. For one, I mean, I would have loved to see the game being there, but I guess from him inserting himself into the beef, that's what caused him to not be there. It seemed like he did ask to be there, and they just told him no. And maybe he could have been in the crowd, sitting down or something like that. But I don't know. They just didn't let him on that, man. He did come at Rick Ross and everything like that, and everything. So he was kind of bigging up Rick Ross and shit.
Who Rick Ross was there? He was there.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there at the concert. Yeah,
he was at the Kenny shit. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe the game has left a sour taste in a couple of niggas' mouths out there. You know what I'm saying? And I see he went on IG and everything, and his IG kind of made it feel like he was a little salty that he wasn't there because he should have been there. He's one of the pioneers that kind of built the West Coast when it really needed a build up, and he was like the only one that people was like really looking at the time. So you know what I'm saying, and but you still had the other ones too, like Exhibit, you know what I'm saying, people from the Dog Pound and shit, people like that. So that was still keeping it up. But Game was really had LA riding on his back at the time when he came out.
Wasn't YG there?
Yeah, YG was there. YG came out during Mustard set. And it was kind of cool how he introduced him and shit. I mean, the one thing he did perform a song with Drake on there, so that was that was another thing. So I don't know, but it was cool to see him and Mustard back together. That was one thing too. So like I said, it was just a lot of things. Like if you was just from LA that night, you was able to see Ty, Dollar Sign, Mustard, and fucking YG all back together. That was a real good thing because that was a nice little super group. Those three, you know what I'm saying? Especially Ty Dollar Sign too. So yeah. And then one person that kind of disappointed me live was Blast. He just sounded horrible.
Mhm.
Sounded horrible live. So I don't even want to speak on it. He just sounded bad. You know what I'm saying? He knows what it is. He just sounded bad. He really
Yeah.
did.
This is the game right here, explaining why he wasn't there, or the
Mm.
people asking why he wasn't there right here. Let me go into this.
And he knew that was gonna happen too, because you get on live the next day. Like, of course, somebody gonna ask you, dude.
Let y'all load back in here, man.
I wonder.
What's up with it? What's up with it? Everybody load in. I'm gonna wait till at least we get like 500 to a band in here.
Huh. I wonder if somebody just clipped it. I don't want to look at the whole thing there. Yeah. Huh. I guess, yeah. I guess I'll upload the video later there, maybe edit it in there. But yeah, he goes on to kind of explain how, yeah, he just wasn't there. He's got no issue with Kendrick. Drake is still his guy, still his boy, his brother. And it seems like he has a closer relationship with Drake as opposed to he does with Kendrick there, it seems like. Yeah, it seems. Yeah. Chill, what are you, frozen?
Nah, I'm.
Oh, damn! I thought you were real kind of still there. I thought you were frozen there for a second.
I just like I said, it's just a loyalty thing, I guess. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know where his loyalty really lies to more. But I feel like Game just got himself in a predicament. It probably didn't sit well with a lot of niggas with him just coming at Rick Ross, and that's the result of it.
Yeah. So the set list for the concert there, Kendrick Lamar. Let's see. So he did Euphoria. That was the first song.
Mhm.
Then he did DNA, Element, All Right, Swimming Pools, Money Trees, Win. And Money Trees is when he brought out J Rock. Win is
Mhm.
when he also had J Rock. King's Dead, also J Rock. Then he did 616 in LA with Absol. And then I heard I think
He
he kind of
he rapped it to Absol because they didn't do none of Absol songs.
I think somebody said he messed up the lyrics of like 616 and Euphoria. Like he kind of messed it up a little bit. Like he,
I could believe that. I mean, shit, his first time performing it. And I don't know. I may be wrong, but I just want to put out speculation too. I think maybe they didn't really perform any songs because at one point of the concert, I think Absol maybe had a little bit of trouble with the lighting
Mm,
because he has bad eyes.
okay.
Yeah, he has like an eye disease. That's why he always wears shades. And if you remember one point in the concert, they was walking with him and stuff and kind of holding his hand, and then you didn't see him. I don't know if he's in the group picture. I can't really remember, but you didn't really see him on stage after that. You seen Schoolboy, and I think you seen J Rock running around there a little bit, but you didn't really see him on stage too much.
Yeah. Then you also did Collard Green, Schoolboy Q came out. That part that was Black Hippie. Then he did King Kunta. Then he did Mad City. He did Humble. He did Like That. He did Still Dre with Dr. Dre coming out. Then he did also California Love with Dr. Dre. And then he did Not Like Us 1, 2. He said he did it 5 times. He did Not Like Us.
5 times. And you know what is crazy because when he was doing them all those different times, he was doing them in like not say he was doing them in like super like different ways, but it was like different moments because he did it, then he did it like as an encore, then he brought his niggas on stage, and then he brought like more people on stage and did it again. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just doing it as all the shit was just going on stage and everything like that, man. So Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a big night for PG Lang. It was a big night for TDE. You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes you wonder where PG Lang really sits and what is it? Because we still don't know what the fuck PG Lang is. Yeah, we can call it a label, but I think people are doing more than just building a label with their brands now. So PG Lang could be just like more of a trademark or a lifestyle, a branding company where it's like you put your name next to PG Lang, it looks good because it looked good next to that Amazon, and Amazon threw the bag out for this, man. As you can see, this was Amazon sponsored all night. You know what I'm saying? Amazon sponsored all night. So
So this is the game right here. This is what's I got the clip right here.
mhm.
Thank you to Dead End Hip Hop here.
I think what he's doing is amazing, nigga. I think what Drizzy doing is amazing. I think them niggas just came out of one of the biggest hip hop beefs ever, nigga, and survived, nigga. Tupac and Biggie didn't, nigga. Me and 50, we beef, we survived, nigga. 50 doing his TV thing, that's cool. I'm doing my shit, that's cool. I put fatherhood before all this other shit that y'all materialize, nigga. And y'all feel like y'all take that shit and say, oh, game ain't this, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I don't wake up in the morning trying to motherfucking prove myself to nobody. I done did it. I done sold platinum records. I done been around the world. I done been on fucking world tours. Nigga, I'm still getting money, nigga, off the brand I created, nigga. In the hood with me and my brother and my homies, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say, oh, game pick this side and pick that side, nigga, game pick game side, nigga. And Drake, that's my motherfucking brother, nigga. And Kendrick, that's the homie. He know what it is, nigga. We came up in this shit. Kendrick watched me do it, nigga. Top Dog watched me do it. Them niggas had what they had way back then, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I help niggas where I could help niggas. And ain't nobody gonna take that from you or deny that. Ask these niggas when you see them, nigga, while you talking, while motherfuckers is running their mouth about this and that. Ask the niggas that y'all motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Ask these niggas, homie.
And it could be the thing of that too. Like it could be the thing of maybe it was his choice just to not be in it, just to not come.
Yeah.
Maybe he humbly said like, saying, "No, I'm gonna step back on this, man. This is for you. Do what you got to do. Saying orchestrate this shit. I'm gonna step back because, hey, I'm gonna just step back because, like I said, I mean, he has a loyalty to Drake and he has loyalty to him too. So, I'm gonna just step back because Game is one of the prominent figures. Like you can't deny when it's like a big nigga that's, what I'm saying, over everything, and he really did put those people on. So it's like, what I'm saying, like I remember when he was shout out Nipsey Hussle's name when Bullets Ain't No Name came out and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And even if you listen to a lot of listen to like what they got like a couple tracks, listen to both of the tracks that him and Kendrick Lamar has or whatever. It's literally one track where it's just basically turned into the Kendrick Lamar song. And then it's another track where it's he kind of lets him take over too. Like he kind of always lets him like he always let Kendrick like take over the track. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe he felt like that was enough. Maybe he felt like, hey, I don't need to really fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing. I don't need to jump on stage and shit like that, but I will be watching type shit.
Mhm. What would you rate the concert?
I would probably rate it like a 8. Like a 7.5, 8. I would give it just for, like I said, I feel like a few people could have been out there for like maybe a few more songs. But as far as like if you're from LA and everything like that, and you know about these people, then you know what I'm saying, you know about these people. But even though like he brought out OGZ wasn't enough to kind of represent a lot of the Latin talent that's also out in LA too.
Yeah. Javon Good, so he gave it a tune out.
Who knows?
And thank you for the raid, Cosmopolitics. Thank you for the raid, 15 people. Thank you very much there.
Welcome,
Uh,
Raiders. What's goody?
hey, that's going there, D just D. Very awesome. Thanks for stopping by. About to get into a review here. Bad Boys 2. Just talking about this Kendrick Lamar concert right now. Yeah, it's a good set list. Also, you got a good performers here.
Mhm.
So people. So you mentioned Ty Dolla Sign, you DJ Mustard, Dom Kennedy. I don't know much about Dom Kennedy.
Oh, Dom Kennedy's a legend, man. Dom Kennedy is real big in like he was real big in like the fashion scene. Kanye used to fuck with him a lot. And he was just an innovator. On top of like just his records that he used to make, man. Dom Kennedy he's a legend, man. He's a real legend. Lamert Park, Watts, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Dom Kennedy is a legend, man. Dom Kennedy was one of those artists that really had a moment and then kind of like just sat back and did other stuff. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dom Kennedy
Uh,
is a legend, man.
he performed My Type of Party there. Uh,
Classic
Steve
record.
Steve Lacy performed Bad Habit. Uh,
Steve Lacy, who was also part of close to the Tyler Creator crew,
mm,
because he works with Sid. He was in Sid's group and everything like that.
okay.
So a lot of people don't know that about Steve Lacy. Also, Steve Lacy was the one. He got like real pissed off because people was throwing shit at his concert and shit like that. But I know his album and shit had like a lot of praise. And they gave him a lot of praise for like first like year and stuff like that. But then it's kind of like then went down a little bit where he doesn't get talked about as much anymore. He debuted a lot on Issa Rae's show. His music debuted a lot on there. I forgot the name of that damn show. I can't think of it right now. But on Issa Rae's show and everything, his music
Insecure.
Insecure. There you go. Yeah, Insecure. It debuted on there a lot too. So yeah. His music just kind of went through the pipeline and just kind of filtered out within. And the hipsters and everything still fuck with him because he can still do, a Bonnaroo or something like that, and they still fuck with it. And then he was somebody that they thought could maybe take the place of Frank Ocean. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
yeah,
yeah. He is really talented, Steve Lacy. Really, really amazingly talented. He did Bad Habit. Roddy Rich, I ain't seen him in a minute.
Roddy Ricch. Yeah.
He did the box there.
Yep.
Uh, let's see. Of course, we mentioned Tyler the Creator. I think he had the biggest pop out of anybody performer wise coming out, probably.
Yeah. But you know what though? The songs that he did a song that What's Your Name song is with fucking NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like they don't never really play his verse, but and then he got his one song that he played, that his other song that he played.
Earthquake.
Yeah, Earthquake and everything like that. But shit, he could have went into his other stuff too. But it's one thing that I liked about it is that people forget that Tyler is a LA dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They all came from LA. You know what I'm saying? Kanye was somebody that kind of really put him on with a tweet. I remember it clear as day. His old video of him eating the bug and everything, and Kanye tweeted about it. And that tweet had like a lot of. It was back in the day, so that tweet it was like I was an intern at GCI, so it had to be like 2011, and that tweet had a lot of traction, and people just started fucking when they seen it. And if it was like today, it would have went viral, but I don't know. It just really people was just into it, and that's when people started really following like the Odd Future Wolfgang shit.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. YG we mentioned there. He came out. Then we mentioned Black Hippie, so you had all them. Blast, who you said, yeah, his vocals were pretty off there. He sounded pretty bad.
Yeah. Blast is another dude that's like super talented. He makes super good records. And it's just like, fuck, man. It's like it's kind of one thing about LA and certain cities in rap is like they just kind of falling back. It's like I don't know if the people is not paying attention to him or what, but Blast still makes good music and Blast still puts on for the city and stuff like that. It's just that they don't talk about him as much anymore as they would have did last year. So
DJ Head.
DJ Head, yep, DJ Head had a set. DJ Head focused on more like the underground, like the Cuzzos and stuff like that came out. So
You mentioned, yeah, Rimble, Rayvon, Cuzzos, Rucci, and As Cheek. As Cheeky.
yeah, AZ Chike.
AZ Chike,
Yeah.
Meet the Whoops.
Meet the Whoops. Yeah.
Okay. West Side Boogie.
Blue Bloods Clan.
Mm,
But like I said, the people that I was excited to see out of that was the Cuzzos. I really like those girls. Like they are like super LA type chicks. Like if there was, like if the City Girls was if the City Girls was Miami, they're LA. Like they're women of LA. You know what I'm saying? And I think they're really tight. I think they can go somewhere. I think they can go somewhere. As long as they got like, I think as long as they put like a little image together and everything, I think all four of them can go somewhere. To be honest with you.
okay. Can they rap? Can they?
Yeah, yeah. And like they rap, they don't rap like, yeah, okay, they rap about, you know what I'm saying, like fucking with niggas and shit like that, but at the same time, you can tell they still have like a talent to their flow.
Mm,
And it's not all the same shit. It's more so having fun. It's more so getting that LA vibe and shit like that. And every time each one of them rap, it's just displaying a different type of skill from each one of them. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, I think they can really do something, as long as they just keep going and honing it in and stay together. That's one thing. You gotta stay together, man. It's hard. Everybody can't be the Clips because they like brothers and shit. So
yeah. Let's see here. Go here. So some special guests, like I mentioned, LeBron was there. The Weeknd, I forgot to mention him. The Weeknd was also a guest there in attendance.
mhm,
Mentioned DeMar DeRozan, Lakeith Stanfield.
mhm,
Was there. Mentioned Russell Westbrook. James Harden was there as well. Rap City.
mhm.
Rick Ross mentioned before. Kobe White was there. Okay.
Kobe White for the Bulls.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He looks different without the afro. Looks kinda
Yeah, he does, right? Looks less party next doorish.
different. So yeah, he was also there. So yeah. Fun event. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good event. Pretty good songs there. Pretty good set list there. A lot of fun. Yeah, timeline was going crazy for it. So
Yeah, the curation of the set list was very good by Kendrick. But Kendrick, if you watch like any of their old vlogs and stuff like that, he curates a lot of the set list of the song. He used to curate the set list of each of their albums in TDE, including like J Rock and all them.
mm. And these were all California people. There was no people from any other region,
Right.
right? It was all just California people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So would
Kanye
you
Kanye could never.
like so that was Kendrick Lamar's pop out concert. They're discussing that. All right. But how you been there, chill? What you been up to, man?
Just watching, like I said, just watching a lot of movies. I signed up for like the AMC A-lister thing and shit, so I've been using that. I used it for a month and I really enjoyed it. I like it, even though much hasn't really came out, but even from that, like even from just going from the movies and stuff, just catching up on certain movies that I never seen before and shit like that. So I've been watching I watched Pearl for the first time the other day. And I actually watched Pearl right before I went to go see X again. And I went to go see a screening of X that had like a small part of Maxine in it and shit like that. So that was pretty cool. And it makes a lot of sense. Well, not a lot of sense, but it makes more clear sense when you watch. You got to watch Pearl, and then you got to watch fucking X, and then watch Maxine. You know what I'm saying? But I am curious about like what's gonna go on in Maxine. Like, are they gonna be doing like a whole thing of where like it's gonna be a Freddy Krueger thing where at one point in the Freddy Krueger franchise, Shorty was actually an actress and she was on set and it was like real shit going on or whatever on set. I can't remember what Freddy Krueger that was, where it
I
was
think
like
that was that the fifth one? Like it got
ma-
super meta, like it was like a
yeah,
movie within a movie. Yeah.
yeah, it was a movie within a movie and shit like that. So I think this is what this is going for, just like how the exorcism shit was. I think this is what this is going for.
That was a new nightmare,
New
Javante.
Nightmare, yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I went to the movies to go see that. I remember that. I remember I went to the movies to go see that. And so with Maxine, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to go on, what's the motivation, because it's like I said, you had Pearl and then you had X, and they had a connection to who the killer really was. I'm starting to think it's just going to be Maxine doing that shit, to be honest with you. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? It could be just a fan of Maxine's or some shit like that. Like they could do it like that one anime. What's that one anime? Blue. You just
Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, they might do it like Perfect Blue. You know what I'm saying? Where Perfect Blue was just like this crazy. Yeah, Perfect Blue also reminds me of Selena because of who the killer was.
Right.
So, so it was just like kind of weird or whatever, like with that. And Perfect Blue, I actually have to find Perfect Blue again, G. I lost my DVD for Perfect Blue, and I always wanted to, say and check it out. Perfect Blue is a classic, though, man. And I don't know, I can't, I don't know. It's hard for my crazy ass to say it's a classic because I don't watch too many of these animes and shit like that. But when I did see it, it was a wonderful and creepy fucking movie. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I fucked with it. And yeah, man. I think this is one of those amazing films. I hope Maxine can be like this. Hope Maxine can be just as nasty as this was. There was a lot of nasty kills in this movie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fucking psychodrama going on in this shit too. Let's bring back the psychodrama. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we really got into that lately. You know what I'm saying? Besides, like, we've been getting a lot of slashes, and I understand people love that now, like In a Violent Nature. I see you talk about that yesterday. I'm gonna tell you like this. I know your man said he heard some good things. I don't give a fuck about that movie, man. I went to go see that shit.
All right, you saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that movie, man. I did not care for that movie like that. I mean, I thought the kills was cool, but as far as that, like I said, let's bring back some of the psychodrama, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring back some of the psychodrama. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stop with just cutting throats all day. You feel me? So, what
In a
else?
Violent Nature, yeah, I missed the chance to see it in theaters, but I'm gonna watch it probably when it comes on, streaming, something like that. I missed it, a chance to see it in theaters, but Nick reviewed it, and he reviewed it with Brandon and then Hunter there as well. So then, hey, how's it going there, Cole? Cole says there. Um, he says Camp Front Stat Concert 11 out of 10 if you're a native, if you're LA native there, and then 10 out of 10 there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely 10 out of 10. Like I said, I had fun just watching it on the stream. So I tell you right there, and you can watch a few shits or whatever like that. Like I watched Lollapalooza for the past 2 years on the stream and everything, and some people's concerts be hitting, some people's don't. So it just be like that. But this one hit all the way through, and I watched it all the way through. So yeah, definitely, most definitely.
When's doesn't Drake do OVO Fest? When's the OVO Fest?
OBO Fest is usually around August, September.
Oh,
So it hasn't been really because he does it around Carnival. So whenever they do Carnival out there and everything in Toronto, and that's where they do it. But other than that, man, yeah, I've seen In a Violent Nature. I've been watching a lot of shows too. And I seen Inside Out 2. That's why I was like messaging you, like, man, I can get in because a lot of movies I talked about yesterday, I seen. And I was one of those people that I didn't see the first one, but I seen this one, and I was just like, oh shit, I was just kind of like surprised by it. I was like, damn. Even when you look at Inside Out 2, they really only cover one little itty bitty part. They don't even really cover the full fucking teenage years. You know what I'm saying? They don't even really cover the full teenage emotions in Inside Out 2. So imagine what that is. This was just crazy. Just her being on a goddamn hockey team trying to get fucking friends. Like, so imagine, man, imagine what they go through, like her liking a boy that she likes and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You know
I
what
think
though?
didn't
Oh,
it seem like I think they kind of maybe I don't know. It seemed like they kind of cut this out, like that she was kind of like more interested in the girl a little bit. Like they kind of maybe tone that down, cut that out, maybe.
that's funny as hell. I was just about to say that. Like maybe she's a little, little Frisco Dykish, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't mean dyke in a bad word, y'all. I mean Frisco Dyke as in like that was an old word in NWA song, so calm it down. But yeah, yeah, it seemed like they probably pushing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause ain't no chick gonna be all like gushy and giddy over like it was damn near like he's flirting with her and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Like you can do that, but don't do it like that. I don't think it just goes like that. But as far as like the amount of different emotions and shit like that, I think they were on point with how your emotions work, man. Sometimes in certain situations, I think they were on point, and a lot of my emotions in the movie was switching up as much as they was. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even when like they was going across the bridge and they was going through, you know what I'm saying, taking a little adventure through the bridge and all that shit. Like it was just a lot of shit that I like, man, I hope they make it through. Cause I'm getting tired of anxiety. I'm having anxiety, thinking about anxiety, doing anxiety things. You know what I'm saying up there, and I think that's the whole movie. Like you just get that, like man, I do not want anxiety alone at that goddamn station, man. There's something about her. She is wired with about 20 cups of coffee in that motherfucker, and she needs to sit herself down. And nobody else is saying shit to her. It's crazy. Nobody else saying shit to her, and she just run the show. That's one thing I noticed too. Anxiety, she sure was the badass out of all. She told what's name what to do and all that shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But I guess anxiety can be a boss too, you know what I'm saying? Um and yeah, just other than that, I've been watching a lot of shows. Yesterday, I binged out of nowhere. I just binged the whole Bear season 2 from front to back.
Okay.
Um
Season 3 is coming up pretty soon.
yeah, I think what 27th, 28th.
Yep.
Yeah, so and I was just looking through that. Like I never worked in a high quality food or restaurant industry, right? I never did. But I understand what service is. And this season really worked on service. The last season was more so just getting their shit together, trying to become a team, trying to become one. And now it's like now they're at that point where they're so much of a team. They're like the fucking Avengers when it came to this shit, man. Because they had, if you remember, they had a short time to open this shit. His uncle gave him the money. Had a short time to open this shit. They had all these planning problems going on. You know what I'm saying? All these scheduling problems going on, but they were still able to open. You know what I'm saying? And I was just explaining this on my stream is that a lot of character types in this, man. They're just real interesting. I think season 2 touched on a lot with the certain characters that we didn't get to see in the first season. I think in the first season we really stayed on Sydney and we stayed on Carmi and we stayed on the cousin, and we still do. We get those moments with them, but then we get these moments with their other cousin. You know what I'm saying? And how he came up and everything, just being a handyman and he just, and then even from I think her name is the Spanish lady, her like the confidence that she can do better and she can be better. And we live in this world sometimes where, like I said, we get comfortable, right? We get comfortable being at this job every day, and the Spanish lady was one of them. She was one of the ones that was just comfortable just coming to work and just being at work and doing her thing. But now she's at a different level where she was able to learn some new shit, and it was kind of cool because then they had the black guy that didn't want to change that. He was comfortable where he was at until they found a different way, which was easier, you know what I'm saying, for him to just kind of understand and everything like that. The Copenhagen episode, I really loved it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was something that it helped that character, you know what I'm saying, and gave a different view for that character too. But still, it still shows like, yeah, we showed y'all the different personalities of these characters, but we can still you can still see that they still have a few flaws. You know what I'm saying, that we might have to go over one more time. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait till the third season comes with. I don't even give a fuck about how the restaurant gonna go. I want to know in the third season what is the next fucking task that they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Because just building up that restaurant and getting it open and shit like that, that's a big task. We don't even know what the next big task is in this next season. So
Well,
I
I
like
think it's him trying to get the star. They want to get the Michelin
the Michelin
star.
star.
They want
Okay,
to get that. That's the big thing. I think that's
okay,
yeah.
okay. Well then, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it because, like I said, it's that sounds like more of a smaller stake,
Yeah.
uh, but with more room to blossom the rest of the characters. And that's why I liked about the bear. That's what I like about just the aspect of the bear. And I understand, like I said, I understand what service is. And this show makes you appreciate service, man. I work I work at a job where we do that type of stuff on board, and on the boats we deal with, we have to keep up with fine dining, right? So if a guest leaves unsatisfied, we push you to rate your experience because it's about your experience. And some places when you go to eat or some when you go out and everything like that, it's more about experience. Sometimes it ain't about is the food good. The food could just be good to you, but what about the experience?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? What about the things that you're tasting? What does it tell you about yourself? What does it tell you about the things that you like? So it's just experience, man. And what we do is we sell experience. And if you don't have a great experience, it tells you a lot about like the business that you're running. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I appreciate that aspect of what they give, of what the experience is going to be like. And I think, like I said, with this Michelin star, we're going to start seeing that a little bit more. But it's not a fucking brick on your back. It's not a wall on your back. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how they had to build a whole fucking restaurant from scratch and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But what do annoy me about the bear is that like they're such introverts that it kind of kills me. Where it's like, fuck, man, you need to kind of wiggle your life a little bit and maybe try something new. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe take a vacation, maybe do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them are really too stuck on what they are good at, and it just hinders them a lot in their outside life and keeps them shut in a lot. And I don't like to see that from them as characters. Maybe they're doing that on purpose, but it kind of hurts me at times to see them shut in like that as characters. And even with their mom, their mom,
Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, like they make it seem like, oh, she's just a drunk, but I think it's more to her than that. And I think we're gonna see that in the third season because if we're not going to see that, that's a disappointment. But I think we are because of the whole reason of first we only see her in a flashback, but at the end of the second season we see her in real time. You know what I'm saying? So now it's time to dig into her, dig into what's going on with her. I don't think she's much of a drunk. And I was telling a person that I don't think her being a drunk makes her act this way. There's people that are not drunks that act this way as parents that don't know how to love, don't know how to really care for it because maybe something happened to them. Maybe somebody passed. You know what I'm saying? It's just a depressing state. You know what I'm saying? Like grief is a very serious thing. Um, like I said, my mom passed, and it's sad to say I couldn't help her with her grief. Her grief was with my grandmother, and you know what I'm saying, her mother, and it just really hit her really hard for years, years, and years. And me personally, I just think she couldn't really get over it, and it kind of hindered her life to me. And you know this if if they gonna go into that with her mother, and they gonna kick ass next season. Jamie Lee Curtis might fuck around, get an award next season. That's all I got to say. Cause some people be saying like, man, that family scene is so like I have a dysfunctional family. Like, yeah, everybody has a dysfunctional family like that. But what's the real root of it? People
Mm.
just don't drink just to drink. You know what I'm saying? My mother wasn't a drunk or nothing like that, but she just suppressed a lot of her feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was due to grief. That was due to grief. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the best shows on TV right now. If nobody's watching it, highly recommend people checking it out. The Bear. Big coincidence also. I mean, Ayo Debris, we're talking about Inside Out too. She's in that as MB.
Mhm.
You also have a member from Odd Future, who's in
Yep.
that show as well.
Marcus, that I don't know, I forgot his real name, but I know he's Domo Genesis's brother, which is one of the
Okay.
rappers.
Yeah, so yeah.
Which his brother is also in the last Jackass.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
he's in the last Jackass. He's one of the two new guys in the last Jackass. Yep.
Is that Taco? Is his name Taco or?
Taco is in Dave.
Oh, okay.
Taco and you know the group The Internet?
No. Oh yeah. I do know the internet. Yeah, yeah,
Internet.
yeah.
And you know Sid, right?
Yeah, the main girl.
Yeah. So Sid and Taco is brother and sister.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yep.
know that.
And dope. That's how dog.
Jasper. That's his name. Jasper.
Jasper. There you go. Jasper. Yeah. Jasper. Yeah. Jasper and his brother, I think is Jasper. There you go, Jasper. I'm sorry, I said Domo Genesis, but yeah, Jasper. Yeah, Jasper. So Jasper is part of I think he's the older brother that's like that's little than the bigger the younger brother. But yeah, Jasper, he's in the new Jackass. He's part of the new Jackass crew and shit. As far as that movie went or whatever like that. So yeah. So it's cool to see him and everything. And like I said, I really love Marcus's character. I think his episode was really, really good. The Copenhagen episode. I thought that was a fire episode. Like, I don't know, man. I don't
And
even fucking cook.
this is Taco, by the way.
Yeah, that's Taco. Yep.
Okay.
He plays the DJ. He plays the DJ on Dave, which the DJ is actually Dave's DJ is actually this a DJ that manages Meg the Stallion's producer.
Okay.
And he works with a dude from Chicago also. So he's a co-manager. Dave's DJ is a co-manager with a dude from Chicago that manages Meg's DJ, Little Jew, and his name is DJ Els, or Els the DJ, or whatever.
Is Dave good? Is it just like lame ass Atlanta or what?
Dave was cool from the first 2 seasons I've seen, but when he started, he had one episode that I didn't care for where he was just acting super gay with this one producer and shit, Billy Blanco, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all not even on drugs. You're just acting gay. Just that gay. So, but I guess it's Pride Month. Yeah. And then other than that, I've been watching like I said, shows as far as like other shows like Mayor of Kingstown. I just started. I think that's something very special, Mayor of Kingstown, with Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner plays like I guess he's like an agent or some type of cop, a lieutenant or some shit like that. And it's just everybody. I'm only like a couple episodes in, but everybody's just fucking grimy. Everybody's just, his thing is to serve the prisons and to make sure shit in the prison runs right, and also like make sure that everything in the streets run right. It's a bit of a complex show, a little bit, like, because it's different elements and you don't really know where it's trying to go at first, especially on the first season. But right there, it shows his brother and everything, but his brother dies, and then that what really kind of kicks off his just whole like tirade and shit like that of how he moves and how he makes a lot of decisions. So yeah, Mayor of Kingstown, that's on Paramount Plus. I've been watching that. Yeah. So just been getting back to just getting to a lot of good film and stuff like that, and just enjoying myself with that. So
glad for you to be here, man. Thanks for helping me out with this review.
Yes, sir.
Very much appreciated. We do have another show coming tomorrow. I'm going to be with Nick, and I'm going to be with Mike Hedgewood. Mike Hedgewood and me, we're going to be doing the last season of Legend of Korra. We're going to be reviewing that. After that, I might do each arc of One Piece, probably review that every week there. Then me and Nick, we're going to be doing the Bike Riders. You asked about that, if we were going to do a review of that. So we're going to do a review of it tomorrow.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it at a late night show. I mean, I just asked about it. I'm gonna see what you guys say about it. you know, me personally, I'll just say what I say about it right now. I mean, it what drew me was that it was Chicago, 1965. I'm biased as shit. I'm in the city. We from the city. You know how it is. Austin Butler was in it, and then Tom Hardy was in it too. I really fuck with Tom Hardy. So, and I'm just really getting to fuck with like Austin Butler and stuff like that. So, um,
And
and you
there's
know what?
0 black people in this movie, right?
It's I seen like one brother.
Who was the one black guy? I don't remember. Who was
You
the
know,
one?
and he in the group, but I seen like a brother like lingering around. You see some brothers and sisters lingering around. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But it was 65. You know, they make us sound Italian. You know, they make us sound all the Chicago whites sound Italian in there. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Tom Hardy sounds like Tom Hardy, nothing too special. They make old girl sound super Italian. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not super Italian, but still Italian.
I didn't know. So was she trying to be Italian or was she trying to be Polish or
I think
some
it
like
was trying to be a mixture of both, and then just saying it's a lot of motherfucker in here too. So they definitely keep that element of us saying motherfucker a lot. But at the end of the day, for me, G, it was just a mediocre end of the road type of movie. I feel like whoever the director is for this,
Jeff Nichols?
Jeff Nichols, okay, whatever his history is, he must have a good history and a good background of just networking and everything like that. Because he was able to get some good actors in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
His prior movie, so he was a writer for Loving. He did that movie.
Mhm.
You remember that? That was he also directed it. That was the movie with Joel Edgerton and what's that other woman's name?
Maybe remember the name, but I never
Ruth Nigga.
a nigga.
Yeah. Ruth Nigga is in there. He also did Take Shelter, which
Mhm.
I've heard great things about Take Shelter. That was what Michael Shannon was in it.
Michael
Uh,
Shannon's in this too. Yeah.
yeah, he's in this as well. So I've heard great things about that.
Mhm.
And he also did Mud with Matthew McConaughey, which I've also heard really great things about Mud.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. See. This is like I said. I feel like this is. And I think you said or somebody else said it, that this was supposed to come out like last year.
Yeah.
It does seem like that, and I feel like it got pushed by the stars that was in it. And this is one of those movies. I feel like I call it a networking movie, where who has this? Like, what's your boy name that did Coming to America and shit? He,
Kenya Barris?
Kenya Barris. Like Kenya Barris is like a networking director. Like he's able to get a lot of these motherfuckers in his films and in his features and shit due to networking and being friends with them and hanging out in clubs and shit like that. That's usually how it goes. And you know what I'm saying? And this I think this what it was too. I think this was just like a passion project. I think I bet you $100 this is a passion project to that director. I bet you $100 this is a passion project to that director. He probably always wanted to tell this story. This probably was an old script lying around. And it's just a mediocre, like in the middle of the road type of doc film to me. Nothing too special, you know what I'm saying? You do get annoyed by Shorty's voice at times. And then it's just a whole like journalist talking to an original member type thing, which is only her throughout the whole movie. And
And the journalist is the dude from Challengers. Yeah.
from challenges. Oh, for real? Which one? Which one was he? The bum or the bum dude or the
The one that was married to her.
oh, that was him. Okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he didn't do much. He didn't have to do much. He just literally like sat there and just held a mic to a motherfucker face and
Yeah, the
shit
dude
like
on the
that.
left right here. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have to do much. The lady, I don't want to keep messing up her name. What's the actress's name?
Jodie Comer.
Jodie Palmer. Okay, she did a lot of she had to do a lot of the emotional scenes, a lot of heavy lifting scenes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other actors didn't have to really do much. That's the thing. Like a lot of them didn't do much. They felt like they were just figureheads there, like Tom Hardy, figurehead. Like he was the leader, and you know what I'm saying? Like he made decisions, but did they really go into like the psyche of who he was? She was married to Austin Butler's character, but did they go into the psyche of like who he was or how he moved around? No. He was just a lot of people in here felt like they were just one note. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And so it was just like I said, that's why I called it mediocre, because it was just mediocre by the lines, and yeah, it was nothing too special that went
Yeah.
on in this movie. To be honest with you, not saying I was sitting there bored, but I wasn't interested either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I've heard a critic, and I was watching another critic, and they were reviewing it, and they described it the same way. Like there's not much depth here. So yeah, I was like,
yeah, I give it a. But you know what though? I give it a high tune out.
high tune out.
Yeah, man. Because like I said, some people's gonna like it and some people's not. If you're an old school motherfucker and you like bikes and shit like that, and this just is something that's your thing, then yeah. But if you're a motherfucker like me that like don't really know about biker gangs, didn't even watch Sons of Anarchy like that. Well, I watched a little bit of it. But you know what I'm saying, it does go over like just the I guess they say it covers the evolution and shit, but it's no real evolution of it, man. They try to cover like these people and make these characters, and they don't make them out of shit, man. They just there, man. They just fucking figureheads. Like they try to make everybody look cool. They try to make everybody feel different, but everybody isn't different. Like they're just like one note, man. And it doesn't work for me. It didn't work for me like that. So
Hmm.
stop making us sound Italian. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the accents. Yeah, because it's supposed to be more like Chicago. It's supposed to be more like Polish because it was taking place in the
Mhm.
Midwest. Like people from Milwaukee, people from Indiana. You also saw so it's more
There's
of a
one Gary Indiana group, and that makes sense, man. Gary Indiana's dirty, so of course we're gonna get into it with some Gary Indiana motherfuckers.
yeah. But yeah, so we got that planned for tomorrow. We're going to do a stream probably 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Monday, got a show with Sage, Radiant from Maturity. We're gonna be doing the video game announcements, all the big news from all the stuff I missed. From there, all the conferences, developer direct, state of play, all that stuff there. Also do a review probably this Wednesday. Probably do a review for Hunter x Hunter, the fourth arc of that show. We've been reviewing that arc by arc. Then Friday we got a show we're gonna be reviewing A Quiet Place, day one, the prequel Quiet Place movie with Lupita Nyong'o. We're gonna be reviewing that. Then we're also gonna be reviewing Kind of Kindness, which is the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Then next Saturday we're gonna be doing a review for But I'm a Cheerleader. That's for Pride Month. We're gonna be doing.
Classic. That's a classic
Uh,
film.
yeah, so I just saw that for the first time yesterday. So that was pretty good. Yeah, and it's a super short movie too. It's only like an hour and
Mhm.
30 minutes. Super short.
I
Uh,
I used to have some weird crush on old girl.
Natasha Leone.
No, not Natasha Leone. Natasha Leone was cool, but Natasha Leone and the girl that turns her out or whatever.
Oh, that the girl from
They, they, they
what's
were
that
both
movie? Fertility or
the
not the
faculty.
Faculty. Yeah,
They were both
Faculty.
in the faculty together, and I used to like her too.
Yeah.
I used to like her, you know what I'm saying? I used to like have a little crush on her and stuff like that too. So to see when I seen this on in cable, and you know what's funny? In cable, this shit would come on like late at night. That's what there you go. That's my baby right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it. I just liked her. I don't know. You know what it was? It's the dark hair, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know, the golfy type look or whatever. But this movie used to come on at night on cable, bro. And you can tell like it was one of those movies where that's why I'm surprised a lot of people know about it now. Cause one of those movies where like it came out, it came and went, and motherfuckers like if it did come out in movie theaters, I wouldn't even know. But it looked like it just came and went, and then when it was on cable and everything, it would come on late at night, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like something where, you know, TV was different back then, where they kind of tried to avoid showing shit like this until late at night. So I was able to catch this one time, like late at night. And it's another movie that's kind of like this too. That's called oh, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name right now, but it was another movie too where it deals with sexuality. It deals with you know, just kind of like the, you know, the GPS community. I call them GPS. I'm sorry.
GPS.
Yeah, it's the shorter term, but it's still respectful a little bit. But oh, it's called Relax. It's just sex. So and for some reason that movie and this movie kind of like felt the same to me. They might have some correlation to each other due to the name, because that was called Relax. It's just sex, and it's called But I'm a Cheerleader. And another movie that used to come on late at night, and Relax Out is just sex. Was kind of like trying to make everything taboo, like homosexuality and things like that. But then they also went over AIDS and everything, because there's a character with AIDS in there, and it's about just this group of friends. One straight couple's in it. Two men are in it. Lesbian couple, things of that nature. So that was just a real interesting time for both of those type of movies, man. And I was always just interested in those type of movies, man, because I feel like sex and everything in movies and sex in general, I feel like it is a taboo thing now. And I feel like, there's ways you can do it, there's ways that you can depict on it, and there's ways that you can heal through it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like both of these movies depict that. You know what I'm saying? Depict that. So I thought like Challenges was gonna do that in a way, but it really didn't. But these two movies kind of do that for you a little bit, where it just doesn't use sex as, oh, she's finally having sex, she's finally getting turned out. No, they use it as like a stepping stone. They use it as like a new guiding light, because I feel, me personally, I feel that not when you first have sex, but when you have sex with a certain person, it can change you. It can really like turn you out in
Mm.
a way, with a certain person, because you might be with an experienced person or whatever, but or you just might be with a person that you just have sex with them and it just makes you feel different. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah,
You know the movie I got recommended right after I saw
what's that?
But I'm a Cheerleader?
What's that?
It was this movie right here.
Let's see. Oh, did you ever seen this?
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I just watched this the other day, finally in full.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies of last year. I love this movie. Yeah.
I love it too. I love this movie, man. This is a movie that I would. This is a movie that, like, if my daughters was like 16, 17, and they dressed like them, I would play them this movie.
They dress like Rerun from
Yeah,
fuck.
like, what is that? But Shorty dressed like that anywhere in real life. Itabiri or whatever.
Io Debris. Yeah.
Yeah, like she dressed like that in real life. So I mean, she fly, but it's like she ain't flying this. Uh, but yeah, no, this shit was hilarious. I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the feel of it. I enjoyed that it did feel like super bad, but it was it had more of a purpose than super bad did. I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like in super bad, you kind of got bored with the fucking hunting for pussy. This one, they're hunting for pussy, but it's like they still have to, they're still going through other shit in their life. You know what I'm saying? And shit, it was some scenes where it's like with one of the two characters, it was like, well, maybe one of them characters ain't really gay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might switch sides. I was thinking that was gonna happen in but the ending, I would say one thing, the ending does like go a little bit like crazy as
Crazy.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of love that. It depends whether you like it or not. I mean, I kind of like it with the ending because
Yeah, I mean, that's what the toss up is going to be, but
yeah,
it's still just a small part though. Like it's not
yeah.
like super big. It's still just a small part. I mean, shit. Half the dudes in this motherfucker's pussy anyway. So it's the goddamn movie. So you know what I'm saying. But no, it was a very fun, loving movie. And like I said, if I definitely had daughters, and I know as my daughters started to like dress like that or whatever, like I would definitely like just
You would
watch.
know that they gay.
Not even know they're gay, but I will. They would come in one day seeing me watch this movie,
Mm,
and
okay.
and they'll be like, "Dad, what's this?" You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't think that they're gay, but this would definitely be something that I would feel like I'll recommend this to them, and they'll fuck with it. Not just because I think that they gay because I'm just saying if they dress like that, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know, cause a lot of some women are just girly women that like mainstream things and shit. Like I tried to show that movie to my girlfriend. She didn't give a fuck about that damn movie.
She didn't laugh. She didn't
She
enjoy
didn't
it.
give a fuck about that movie. I'm sorry, baby. You see the I know. I tried to play it for you. You ain't give a fuck about this movie. You fell asleep on this movie. Like she didn't give a fuck about this movie, but she watches Grey's Anatomy all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know. Me and my girl, we don't watch the same movies unless we go to the movies to watch them.
Mm.
So I guess. But I definitely tried to play her this movie and she just like didn't give a fuck about it. She didn't give a fuck about that movie.
Yeah. So, we got that coming up as far as reviews go. That's what's on the docket there. But today, we're gonna be doing a review for Bad Boys 2, since Bad Boys Ride or Die is out in theaters right now. Have you seen Bad Boys Ride or Die?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely have. I love it, to be honest with you. Well, we'll talk more about it when you get into it, but I love it.
Yeah. So since Bad Boys Ride or Die is out right now, we're gonna be doing a retro review for Bad Boys 2, which came out in 03. And then after the show, we're gonna be rating somebody. Vanity Spears is on right now. Dante's on right now. I see Radiant Infantry, they're on right now, playing Evil West. They're playing that. Good old guys over in Sage. He's the one that I'm gonna be doing a stream with Monday. So
I need
doing
new
that.
games to play, man. I mean, Spider-Man is kind of like they're not giving us shit, so it's like I don't know what's going on.
Do you have a PC?
No, I don't. I gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta get to that. I get some PC games, I guess, but I'm not into the Fortnites and shit like that or the RP shit. Like I don't know, man. I need
Well,
more.
this game is going to be coming on console. I highly recommend this game right here. I think it's really a lot of fun. And that is Hi-Fi Rush. Have
Okay,
you heard about this?
no.
I highly recommend checking out this game if you can. I think it's
Okay,
the animation, the music, the action in the game. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking this out. This is going to be coming on PS5 pretty soon. It was before, it was just on Xbox, but now it's going to be coming on PC. But now it's going to be coming on PlayStation. So I recommend checking this out if
okay.
you can.
Because
Uh,
see, a lot of the games that like I'll fuck with, it'll be like the retro games like Ninja Turtles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like those games. Well, this game looks exciting. I like that. I like this. I like this so far. Is it co-op?
no, it's just single player.
Okay, okay. All right, but I like it though. I like I like this. I like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Everyone can check it out. The game.
Yeah, see a lot of games that I've been like attracted to or that's in my shit or whatever, it'll be like Ninja Turtles, or it'd be like Streets of Rage, shit like that. So I feel like a lot of these gaming companies are making games for like older people my age and shit now. Because I'm definitely gonna get that Marvel collection pack.
Oh
Next.
yeah, that's the thing that most people are most excited about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that. Even though I'm be getting my ass beat because people go crazy over fucking MVC2. And you can unleash a lot of deadly fucking combos in that fucking game. So and it was just the evolution of that one. It was one player that really evolution like this fucking fighting game, and that was fucking Cable. Like when people saw Cable on that motherfucker, man, uh, it was just like wow. And I didn't even know all this came with it. So you got the Punisher, co-op. Yeah, see, shit like this, I get. Like these
Yeah.
are the type of games that I like. I'll get. Um, and yeah, yep. See, yeah, it's like what 6, 7 games. This motherfucker. Oh my god.
And this is, you can already pre-order it, $49.99. Pre-order it.
You got Children of Adam coming with it. Like, yeah, man. But that Cable character in the I used to be so good. I used to be so good at Street Fighter. I used to know that move. Now I don't even know that move anymore. With Akuma. Like that's how good I used to be. But Captain Commando is a great assist character because he has his unstoppable fucking blast that just goes through the middle. And yeah, and then like, yeah, of course, this because I always used to fuck with Street Fighter a lot. Street Fighter and Tekken. I used to have like Tatsunoko and fucking Capcom that game. Remember? I don't know. Remember that came out for the Wii. But yeah, this is some shit that I can't wait to play. And when this shit come out?
Let me see here. 'Cause I know, yeah, this says 2024. No official date yet. Just
They need to
2024.
go ahead and drop that, man. They need to go ahead and drop that. Get me back online. I haven't been online playing with nobody in a minute. They need to go ahead and drop that, man. Because other than that, I'm just still playing fucking Spider-Man and just swinging around. They gave us a couple new suits, but that's about it. They ain't give us shit else. They just gave a couple new suits. That's about it. We still ain't getting no DLC, no shit, man. They did all these gaming conferences. They ain't give us shit, man. It's all good though. It's all good.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this review. So like I said, our first and only review of the day is going to be for the film Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 is a sequel to, of course, the first Bad Boys. The first Bad Boys came out in 1995. Big hit. The first Bad Boys movie. You had the joining of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They come back again. This wasn't a very immediate sequel. Like, this was 9 years later that the
Mhm.
sequel was, because the first one 95, this one Bad Boys 2 was in 03. And then it took even more years, almost a decade later, over a decade later, for Life to come out,
Mhm.
the third Bad Boys film. And then now we have Bad Boys Ride or Die, which is the fourth Bad Boys film that is out right now. That's a little bit of a closer. That was only like 4 years apart between those ones. But you said you did just recently see Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Shit,
You've seen all.
I just recently seen two.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I just recently, like that's why you asked me to build that. I was like, yeah, I just recently seen two. It seems like in every Bad Boys, besides the first one, because you know they do the same thing on each of them, where like it's him and Will in the car, and Will's usually driving, well, always driving, and they're going somewhere. I'm trying to remember though, in Bad Boys 2, no, they weren't driving nowhere. They didn't drive nowhere. So in Bad Boys 1 and 2, they kind of start off different, but in the last two, they were both going to places. I don't know if you noticed that. In the Bad Boys for Life, they're going to the doctor because
Mhm.
his daughter's about to have a baby, and then the last Bad Boys, they're going to Mike Larry's wedding.
Yeah,
And
Ride or Die. Yeah.
and then in this one, they start off with the whole they're in the Klan, and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like they're doing a big drug bust. So yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it is different than it. I thought they did it the same. But is this the same? I need to ask you real quick. Is this the same for two? Is this the same producers, Brockheimer and Michael Bay?
Yeah. So Michael Bay directed the first two, and then they changed directors with the third and fourth one. So the
Okay.
third and fourth directors are the same, but then in one and
Right.
two, it's Michael Bay. So Michael Bay and Bad Boys One was Michael Bay's one of his very early first movies that he ever directed.
And
Uh,
Michael Bay also makes an appearance in the last movie too.
Yep, he makes an appearance there, and then he also makes a cameo in Bad Boys 2. There he
Hmm.
makes a cameo appearance in that one. So yeah, this was like one of the very first ones that he ever did. And this is also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer too, Bad Boys 2 as well there. So yeah, and Michael Bay at this point, because like I said, this is kind of one of his first big ones. This was, yeah, Bad Boys was one of his first big movies. First movie he ever done was his directorial debut. Then after that, he went on to do The Rock, which was a big successful movie that was with Nicolas Cage and Sean
Hmm.
Connery. He did Armageddon, which was with Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck. Then he did Pearl Harbor, and then he came back and did Bad Boys 2.
Which Armageddon is one of his most like structured movies, I feel like, man. So I went to the movie to go see that. And I don't know if motherfuckers really remember, but Armageddon had motherfuckers crying. Like Armageddon had motherfuckers crying, man. It was a real deep emotion with that shit going on, man, with them just being up on that motherfucking meteorite and shit like that, placing that bomb and shit, and then shit going wrong, you know what I'm saying? And the sacrifice that motherfuckers had to make. So I commend him for Armageddon. I think Armageddon, low key, besides like the Bad Boys series, I think Armageddon is like one of his like slept on. Besides like The Rock and stuff, I mean, yeah, people like The Rock, but Armageddon is like really, really slept on as one of those movies, man.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen Armageddon myself, actually.
I went to the movies to see that. Yeah,
That came out in '98.
I went to the movies to see that shit, man. That shit was very emotional to go see that shit, man. It was very emotional. All the actors. That's when I don't know what was going on, but somebody was on the floor really trying to make motherfuckers act. You know what I'm saying? But even with Bad Boys though, you really didn't never had a problem with that though with Bad Boys. Bad Boys with Martin and fucking what's his name? That acting, man.
Will Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, Will Smith. You know, it's almost like a slam dunk, man. And like I said, with the thing of these characters, man, you really have to punch up these characters and make them be who they are. You know what I'm saying? And you know they let them do a lot of riffing in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But long as you can direct the action and everything good, then you know what I'm saying. I think he A1 with that. But with Bad Boys 2, man, I'm gonna tell you this. To be honest, and I'm dead ass, y'all. Everybody that's watching this, if you're watching this, whatever day you're watching this, whatever, I watched the third Bad Boys today. I've been bad boying myself out for like the past 2 months. So I watched the third Bad Boys today, and this second Bad Boys is maybe my least favorite out of all the four.
Mm.
This is my least favorite out of all the four. Because it just goes on too long.
This is 2 hours and 30 minutes, which
2
is
hours.
I don't think the action buddy cop movie should be 2 hours and 30 minutes.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't, man. It shouldn't, and it tries to be stylized, and it lays on the style a little bit too much on two. I understand it, man. Look, I understand Michael Bay. You got a bigger budget. You got Martin and fucking Will sitting there. I'm pretty sure Will said, "Hey, it's some new shit we can do. Let's do some slow motion shit." Where he still was doing that shit in Transformers, the slow motion fucking bullet time and shit like that. But the movie myself, the biggest problem with this movie is that it just goes on too fucking long. And then just some of the dialogue and the shit was just a little bit corny. I feel like Gabrielle Union's character was not needed in this shit. It was not, man. Her character was just not needed in this shit, man. Yeah, man. Her character was just like really dull. It wasn't nothing special about her. She tried to be cool and be undercover and shit like that, but it's like the Johnny Tapia dude should have like knew that she was undercover, like because she was trying to be too snarky and try to be too badass, like she had a history. I just feel like the character for her was just written just terribly, man. As a cop, man, I don't want to see her as no cop because they even did a spinoff of this, right? They got a spinoff of this with
didn't they? Yeah, they did like a TV show, right?
Yeah, with Jessica Alba or some shit.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, they did like a TV show of that. Yeah, I forgot what was the name of that.
Yeah, but that's exactly what her character felt like, a TV show cop. She feels like a TV show fucking cop. It's like they wrote a character to be like, oh, try to be cool like Mike Larry because you're like fucking with him at the same time in the movie. It was like, no, man, no. I just didn't see it. I didn't think her and Mike Larry together was cool. Like I never thought that was cool. Like
yeah, LA's Finest. That was the show there.
LA's Finest. Okay. Because I think yeah, because I think I'm trying to remember the dialogue in the movie, but it was a scene in there where he asked Mike Larry's character about going to LA and about doing something in LA, and said he was visiting LA, and that's how it was out there. Yes, because Martin's daughter was like, man, all those hunky men in LA and actors and stuff and everything. Like, I know you can't resist. So yeah, this is a spinoff. This is basically Marcus's sister and her being out there in LA, just being the same shit. But it just felt like her character felt like a TV show cop. Like, I just really didn't like her character. The evil guy in this movie, Johnny Tapia, didn't care for him. I feel like his guys was buffoons, and it was just like they were kind of stupid. Like, how the fuck you didn't know that Marcus and Mike wasn't the two dudes that was shooting on the bridge? Like, because at that time it was just so much shit that happened in that scene. How can you not identify these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of this movie risks itself with style, and they try to make this a pulpable movie by making it 2.5 hours, which, like I said, and like you just said, this shit does not need to be 2.5 hours. About time it gets to the mansion scene, and they get to the mansion, and
I mean, which one? They got like a lot of multiple action scenes at the mansion, like the big one at the end, or the one.
Oh yes, you talking about this one? They have a lot of mansion scenes. They got a lot of mansion scenes. This one,
because don't they shoot up? Because there's the one at the end, the climax one.
Yep,
and
they blow up that one.
Didn't they have another shootout before that one at the mansion? At another,
they had a shootout when he got away and everything. Yeah, I think that was at like a mansion or something like that. Yeah, that was. But it's just like, yeah, see, it's like you see that, and then now we got a whole nother scene with them sliding down and fucking up people's home lives just to get to a fucking minefield. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that with Bad Boys, it tries to have an element of a few movies. One that's coming out, that's another remake coming out. Not a remake, but a sequel coming out this year. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, Axel F. Yeah, they're gonna have that one.
Yep. Lethal Weapon.
Is that coming out? This movie?
No, not Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon's not coming out. I mean, I heard it's gonna be another one that's going to be directed by Mel Gibson. That's what I heard. But Lethal Weapon, and the reason why I say Lethal Weapon is because of the action. Lethal Weapon, because of the action. It tries to have big action. It tries to have long drawn out action at that. And then what was the first movie I just said? It was trying to be like
Beverly Hills Cop.
You said what?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop. It tries to be like that with the destruction and the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, blowing shit up is fun. Like, no, not when you fucking up plebellas and shit like that, and grandmama's house and shit like that, rolling down a fucking hill looking for a fucking drug lord. Like, y'all fuck up a whole neighborhood. And y'all probably killed some people. Like, what the fuck? Shit, at least in Fast and Furious, they was doing that shit. They wasn't fucking up people's houses. It was just The Rock fucking up everybody's house.
Yeah. This one, there's a lot more. There's a lot more car chases. There's a lot more shootouts than the first one. So this one is the longest Bad Boys movies compared to all the other ones. The one that's the shortest one is
the last one, the 3.
Ride or Die is the shortest one. This one, the new one. Ride or Die comes in an hour and 55. Then before that one, then after that one is Bad Boys, the first one. Then it's For Life, and then it's Bad Boys 2 in terms of length as far as how long. So this one is the longest one at 2 hours and 27 minutes. So really, really long.
And then when you watch those scenes, and I don't know, man, I know this is a lot of people's favorite. A lot of people love this one. I understand it, man. Look, it came out with a big ass fucking soundtrack. It had a lot of promotion to it. The second one, you had Diddy on the soundtrack. They had a hit record on the soundtrack. Look at how time flies now. Ain't no Diddy fucking all. Matter of fact, in the third and the fourth one, you get Meek Mill records in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's because of Will's affiliation in Philly. But
they didn't have any Miami people. They didn't bring no Miami artists, Florida artists on these soundtracks.
That's the thing. I don't think they did. I don't know. I I remember the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack. I didn't have it, but I remember it was the big record with Nelly, and then it was another record with Jay-Z called La La La. That was the other big record that they had. So it was really Bad Boy. It was a Bad Boy. It was a Bad Boy soundtrack. And even when you look back at like a lot of those scenes, like okay, yeah, the scene with them fighting the Haitians and shit like that. That's a good scene. But then you get to this scene right here, and you see this scene.
I like this kind of. I mean, that cool kind of camera spinning around like that. Show you there.
No,
That's
yeah, but look, check it out, pause. Just shoot the nigga in the middle. Y'all sitting here trading bullets going back and forth. You know it's two dudes there. Just shoot up the middle right there.
Yeah.
In reality, this wouldn't happen. They would be shooting to the side a little bit, but then eventually they'll shoot through the middle.
Yeah.
Like it's like you look at these things and the style just goes on for too fucking long. It just wants to make Will Smith look cool. That's really what it is. And that's why I used to think about like the third and fourth movie that came out. Like, oh my God, they try to just make Will Smith look cool. Because even when you look at the second one, Martin ain't really do nothing crazy on this one. He didn't even have a big scene.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, he shot the dude in the head. That was pretty big scene.
Oh, that's a big scene to shoot the dude in the head.
I mean, that's some good aim. I mean, shooting the dude in the head like that was pretty spot on.
Yes, but in these movies, that's one thing they don't do. They never really let you know the difference between the both of them, like what they're good at. They hint at Martin being a good aimer because in the third one, he has to put on his glasses. I don't know if you remember on the third one, he had to put on his
I got to rewatch the third one again. I haven't seen it in a minute.
Okay, yeah, on the third one, he had to put on his glasses. On the fourth one, he don't even wear glasses. They don't even address it on the fourth one. But in the third one, he has to wear glasses. His fucking shit is going crazy. So they hint at little things that he's good at, but they don't never express it. Like they'll never like express it. Like show that he's a good marksman. Because if he's a good marksman, where he's standing from in that scene, he should be able to blast them motherfuckers and know where they're coming from, or at least give Will some type of cue of where they're coming from. If you're gonna have buddy cop movies like this, let's do what you did in the fourth one. Let's have them work together as a team. Let's have them do team moves. In the fourth one, they did team moves. They was throwing the gun to each other. They was doing all type of shit. They were actually helping each other. He helped them. He saved them from the crocodile and shit like that. No, this is just a scene to just have the camera go around in person and just to have them just shoot and make it look cool for fucking 15, 20 minutes.
And this is from the third one for life. You see, they're kind of working together. They're using the table here as a defense, right? As a shield.
Yep.
They're firing up. I think it was Martin. I think he was the one that needed glasses. I think he's got the.
No, that's what I'm saying. Martin needed glasses.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Martin is supposed to be the one. That's
Damn.
Yeah, Martin is supposed to be the one that's like the sharpshooter.
Oh, okay.
He's supposed to be the one that's like the sharpshooter, and Mike is supposed to be more of the handsy. He'll throw a couple rounds with you and shit like that. Type of person, the fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because
he's
that's why they made
risk taker, the daredevil.
The daredevil, the risk taker, the fighter, the scrappy one, because that's why they made his son like that in the third one. Because that's why they made his son like that. That's why you see in the fourth one, who's doing most of the hand-to-hand? His son.
Yeah.
His son does all the hand-to-hand in the last one. You know what I'm saying? And he's supposed to be a direct correlation of Mike. Just like in the last one, when Reggie has his big scene, what is he doing? He's not really hitting motherfuckers. He's not hitting people and shit. He shoot motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Direct aim. Not missing. So they're both. I understand where they're trying to write it from. They're both supposed to be direct correlations of each other because that's their kids. You know what I'm saying? So they're both supposed to be direct correlations of each other, but they never express that. They never express that. And two, they just, like I said, they just do the scenes like that where like they do that camera And they just do that, and it just goes on for so fucking long. And it's just them going back and forth. The Haitians saying shit. You don't even know what they're saying, but it sounds funny. And Martin getting splashed and all this shit, making his fucking, his quotes and shit like that. Him screaming, "Oh, he shot me, motherfucker! He killed my brother! He killed my brother!" You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. The second one, I just did not fuck with too much. I didn't think, even back watching it, I didn't think this shit was cool. Like, okay, like who the fuck does this? Who is you gonna look? Why are y'all not flanking him? Like, what? Y'all might as well just start flanking him. What you looking through peepholes for? That shit like that does not happen. Now, shit like that can happen, but like, come on, man. Like, they could have did that and did this whole shit. To be honest with you, they could have did the shit with the camera and then had them, instead of just lingering on the shit too much, they could have started having them doing shit like this. When he's getting a piece of fucking glass and shit. Then you go to another scene that goes on too long. The fucking mortuary scene. The mortuary scene goes on too long. With Martin taking the ecstasy and the other cops got to run through the fucking mortuary and shit. Like, yeah, it's just, it lingers on these unnecessary scenes. And it's just a dialogue in part two is just not there. The dialogue in part two just really takes a dive compared to the other three, to be honest with you. No balance.
So yeah, I mean, when the first one came out, I mean, a lot of it was saved and was due to the success of it. Was the chemistry between the two leads, between Will Smith, between Martin Lawrence, how they did with each other, able to bounce off each other. That was a large part of the success of the movie. Was that, and I think you see that in especially the recent ones now, even after all these years, decade later. You still have that in For Life, and then in Ride or Die, you still have that chemistry between the two of them, where they're able to bounce off each other, the partnership, how long it's lasted over these years, and you kind of still see that there. And with Bad Boys 2, I think this is the lowest rated one out of all the Bad Boys movies. So it has a 24% here on Rotten Tomatoes. Good audience score though, 78%. The critic consensus on this is 2.5 hours of explosion and witless banter.
Yeah.
Is the critic consensus on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what is happening in this Bad Boys 2? Well, pretty much a lot of stuff that happens in a lot of Bad Boys movies. There's like a drug kingpin, drug dealer there. They have to take down. This time, the new big drug kingpin they have to take down is a guy named Johnny Tapia. And then all this ecstasy that he's bringing into Miami, into Florida, they're trying to investigate it and trying to take down this big, drug cartel there. I think that's a lot of the premise for a lot of the movies is them trying to take down a big drug cartel there, a drug kingpin.
Well, no, not really, not really. I mean, the premise ain't as bright. Like I said, this one is just simply like ecstasy was new. And so it's like, oh, let's put this in a movie, an ecstasy dealer. Oh, let's show my ecstasy is doing bad and killing niggas and shit. And then they put that in the movie. But the first one, the premise was basic too, but it also had to do off of motivation that was their first career drug bust. And so it's like it looks funny, as the two cops, and this is your first career drug bust. It looks funny that your drug bust gets stolen. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they have to kind of clear their name in the midst of it and shit too. That's why in the first one, they were close to getting shut down because it's like, why I got two cops doing this drug bust, but then they get their shit took. It's like, then they're not the cops that we, you know what I'm saying? It's not the program that we need. The third one was Mike, those people, Mike Pass was coming back to haunt him. The third one was Mike's Pass come back to haunt him, and it was a big hit list. And they were hitting a lot of people that he was on a mission for. The fourth one is which I think they nail it a little bit better. The fourth one is this: they put the money under Captain Howard's name. In the fourth one, they tried to encrypt and break through his shit, but then they fucked up because that's how Captain Howard, the videos got sent to their phone. So they fucked up. So now the bad guys had to cover their name. That's why they were so on their ass. That's why they were so quick to see them at the museum. That's why they were so quick. They're hunting them. You know what I'm saying? They're hunting Marcus and Mike. So, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't drug dealers or nothing. They was just some army motherfuckers, some trained army niggas that fucked up an encryption, and they don't want to get found out about it. So that's why they're hunting them. So the premise of the premise of the boss, I guess you could say, each one of them, it was really only 2 drug dealers really in the first and second one. You know what I'm saying? And really the first one, bro ass ain't really was a drug dealer yet. He was getting it tested and about to ship it out to the streets, but he never got a chance to. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember the lab and everything was trying to test it, and they were trying to step on it and make it pure and shit. And they was like, oh man, we can't finish this in time. So, but Johnny Tapia was he was actually pushing weight out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a person who's also working on the case is you have a new character in Gabrielle Union, who's Marcus Burnett, who's Martin Lawrence's sister. She's a DEA agent there who's going undercover trying to expose him. And the Miami, the police department has had a history trying to take down this guy, Johnny Tapia. They failed multiple times. So it's like time for more government agencies to step in, trying to see if they can take him down. He's a long running guy. And you say you didn't like Gabrielle Union too much.
Yeah, her shit. The way she played her role as a cop, like I said, it was definitely some Saturday morning cartoon type shit. Yeah, it was definitely some Saturday morning cartoon type shit. I don't understand how you can meet with the cops and get you in after a big chase and nobody like y'all underneath a bridge, but nobody sees you meeting with these dudes, and then y'all call them 2 gangbanger homies. Like I don't understand that. Like that's what it was called too. It was called 2 gangbanger homies. Like I don't understand that. These are 2 big cops in Miami. How do you not know them? They've been on the news. How do you not know them? But I digress. Whatever. But I just didn't like her character at all. I just did not.
And what was the sister? She was what was her name again? I'm blanking on her name. Sydney. Yeah.
Sydney,
Yeah, Sydney. That was there, and she has a past relationship with Will Smith's character, Mike Lowry. There. So you don't think the chemistry kind of carries over here from the first movie into this movie?
What chemistry? Well, just with Martin and no, because they focused it on the action too much, and then when they did get it to rip, like it's just some scenes that didn't I didn't care for. Like I was just about to mention this, like this scene. Like, come on, man.
It got rough. You know,
like
I mean, we got caught up in the moment. Shit got crazy. You know how I get.
Yeah. When you pop me from behind, I think you damaged some nerves.
Like, dude, they literally in this movie stopped to sit to have this conversation.
Yeah, and the joke is like they're broadcasting in front of this whole video store, like a Best Buy, something like that video store. And they're playing on all the screens, like their conversations being recorded and it's playing on all the different screens.
And it's just something to just expand on Martin erections problems and shit like that. Like the first movie, he couldn't get no ass because the kids was always around. Nah, he can't get no ass. He can't get hard. Like
you not getting an erection.
Yeah, usually they always do something like that with the character of Martin, like with the Marcus Burnett character. Like, in this movie he is shot by Will Smith's character at the beginning of the scene in the big shootout against where they facing like the KKK. So, now he's having issues there. Then in this new one, like he's had a heart attack, so he can't eat snacks or something like that. So there's that. Then what was the issue in the third one where he just couldn't see?
In the third one, in the third one, fucking Mike just went through a lot of trauma. I mean, trauma is the big comedy trope between all these. Well, not the first one too much, But the second, third, and fourth one, trauma is the big comedy trope between all three of these or four of these movies or whatever. Number two, they don't in two they really don't get it right. They just try to like they set scenes aside just to see if you can get some funnies out of it and they rip on it. The third one, Mike went through a lot of trauma. He was shot multiple times by his son. And then a lot of those cops was getting shot. That was working on a case with him. And then Captain Howard gets killed.
Mm.
Which I feel like in the fourth one they don't cover that much to go with his anxiety. I don't know what happened with that, but that's the whole reason why he was having anxiety, because in the third one he went through so much of having the captain die, his whole crew die, of people that he worked with, and he just didn't want that to happen with Marcus. And so that's why I think with the when he had that when Marcus had that heart attack, that's what triggered his shit too. I think that was just more so the last straw, on top of the stress that he had trying to get his son out of jail too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why. But they didn't in the fourth one, they didn't really ring that in too well. They just kind of focused on half of it, just him getting trauma attacks, and then Martin talking about he can't die, but then towards the end he don't want to get shot. So I don't know. Like, going on with that one. They don't do too good with trauma in none of these movies. The trope of that, they don't do too good of executing that at all. Even in the second one, they do not do too good at executing that shit at all. Because yes, Martin is talking about how he's flaccid and shit like that, but like they don't give a scene or shit. I don't even think he sees his. Oh yeah, he sees his family at the end, because that's when his fucking his pool gets fucking fucked up and shit.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
dog runs. I mean, you see his family. I mean, they always really highlight a little bit of his family life in these movies. You see that 'cause
Mhm.
he's married, he's got the kids and everything like that.
And they
and-
always show Mike alone.
yeah, usually with some other woman or some random woman there. He's the bachelor, he's the playboy of the
Mhm.
two there. And with this one, like I said, a lot more action in this. I mean, this is a bigger movie, a lot more money in this movie than the first one. This was, Michael Bay. He's got more experience now. And then supposedly Michael Bay looks back on the first Bad Boys movie and kind of cringes because he's like, man, I could do this so much better. And then I could do a lot more stuff with it. And I guess he got a lot of that in his system with the second Bad Boys, because you see a
Mhm.
lot more car chases, a lot more shootouts. And these are, I mean, some of these are impressive. I mean, some of these car chases sequence, I mean, this is pretty impressive. You see that Mike, I mean, he likes to drive a Porsche. He loves driving a Porsche.
And that's where he blows his load at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Michael Bay blows his load. He really blew his load on this scene.
Yeah. It's just that there's a lot of car chases and a lot of shootouts. And it's just like if you cut down this to you know, but I do like some of the back and forth between them. I mean, some of that, I mean, like
Mhm.
this part is a little funny here when they doing this.
What are you doing, man? That's my bad. Shoot outside. Pay attention to what you're doing.
Well, some of the stuff they do is a little funny there. I mean, some of the stuff there, and there was I'll pull up that scene when they're doing the final climax there.
But then even after that, it was another car chase scene when they was throwing out the rolling bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you did one thing, now you're doing another thing, and it's not as effective as the last thing. Like, why you had a rolling body scene before the Haitian scene? Like, you should have just had it that way, because it seemed like they just did so much on that Haitian scene that it was like the rolling body scene was like unnecessary.
And then you also had this at the end too, with where they're trying to get to the border here. They're trying to get to U.S. soil here, and this is a big car chase scene right here, where they're
Mhm.
kind of driving. So this is another one.
It's a big car chase scene, but once you get to this part, it's like, damn, this movie ain't over yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's just more on top of more on top of more. Like if you just reduce this, um, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes as a movie,
Mhm.
took some of this stuff out instead of putting this all in there. This could work. This couldn't be if couldn't feel so much like overload.
I feel
Uh,
like the last one, a lot of the action on there was very condensed. and focused, way more focused. The last, matter of fact, even after watching the third one, the last two, not even the third one, because the third one kind of went everywhere too. But the last one, the action was way more condensed and focused, very focused. This shit right here, I don't even remember how they even got to the top.
I do like the line here that Will Smith's about to deliver. I do like this. I think this is pretty funny right here.
Oh, God, yeah. All right, everybody start shooting somebody.
Which is pretty much, that describes pretty much this whole movie. Just everybody just shooting at each other. Just like everybody just picking up something, shooting, just random shit just kind of happening there. But this is the big climax there when they finally go to, because at this point the villain had kidnapped Martin Lawrence's sister in the Gabrielle Union. He knows that she's a Fed. She knows that she's undercover, so he takes her, and then they head to Cuba. And then they lead a mission to go get her back.
And for some reason they never stopped this, but for some reason, besides maybe the third one, I'm trying to remember, I can't really remember if she had somebody at gunpoint. I think she didn't have nobody at gunpoint, but they always start with their, because you see he's with his sister. How the fuck did Johnny Tapia get close to his sister to take her captive? I don't know.
Because she was still doing the mission, she was still doing undercover stuff, and she was going. She had a wire. That's when she wore that sexy ass dress that she wore. She still wears it in the scene. That dress. So and then that's when he takes her, and then they go
from the mines. I'm talking about from the mine scene, because if you see in that scene right there, he just said everybody shoot somebody. Gabrielle Union's in the car with her.
Yeah, because they had rescued her already from the mansion.
Right. Right. And just like all of them, well, three of them that I can think of, the first, this one, and the last one, somehow the villain always gets one of them or two of them, as the last one did, gets one of them or two of them at gunpoint.
Oh yeah, because like in this scene, there's always like a standoff. Because this is like when they're on the minefield right here. And then if it will load real quick, but
and then Johnny Tapia comes in and swoops up Gabrielle Union. He has her at gunpoint, dead to rights.
No, he's got Will Smith at gunpoint.
Yeah, Will Smith. Oh yeah, he did have Will Smith. Well, he gets Will Smith at gunpoint, dead to rights, out of nowhere.
Because they had been following them, because there was a car chase. They had been following them, and then so then he gets out the car, and then that's when he gets Will Smith, and then that's when Martin Lawrence, he makes this good shot right here. Even though why would you should just shoot him automatically as soon as she even threw the gun and all that other stuff. Like, why you even let him even do all that? But then boom, that's when he just shoots him right there.
Why did he do that role? I didn't get that either. Why the fuck did he do it? I don't know, man. See, those are the things that they don't want to highlight on too much, that he's the sharpshooter and Mike is like the fucking just a gung-ho type dude or whatever. They never have fun with that. Because and maybe they try to put it in there as in okay, Martin is the Murtaugh, because Murtaugh was a sharpshooter. Because when Murtaugh have his gun and then he'll do his neck like this, and you know what I'm saying, he'll start doing like this in Lethal Weapon. He was more of the sharpshooter when he had that little 6-shooter, So I don't know. They could have had a little bit more fun with that. You know what I'm saying? Like they did in the third one with giving the glasses. I think that's a good way to have fun with that, to give him glasses, to be like, put your goddamn glasses on. So,
but a lot of people remember this movie, Bad Boys 2, for the infamous scene with Reggie.
I can't be taking on Megan.
Reggie.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Bennett.
Motherfucker, you look 30. Show me some ID.
I don't have none on me.
You don't have no idea. Get your ass against that wall.
Which is the same camera shots that they
think
use.
You know it all. You little young Thundercat. You got joints.
Yeah,
that shit.
No, sir.
It's the same camera shot there as when he gets introduced in For Life. So he does come back. The character Reggie does come back again in For Life and Ride or Die. He does.
And John Sally's character.
Yeah, he does come back. Yeah, John Sally. So there are some characters who do make a return. I wonder why Gabrielle Union. She didn't get a call. Can't bring Gabrielle Union back.
No, she didn't get a call, and the two Mexicans didn't get a call. They got wrote off as they got killed.
Yeah, I guess they got killed. Yeah,
Gabrielle Union, they make the wedding, I
Yeah.
guess. And then there's other little tropes too that like they do that come in from the second one. When from the first and second one, like when Mike gets his first panic attack in the last one, and then Martin scoops him off the ground and shit because he's about to get hit.
Yeah,
That's a trope that's a
callback.
to the first one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
callback to the first one right there. Yeah, very dramatic scene. And when they do the spin around, the
360 shot.
the 360 and shit.
Oh.
When they do the 360, they only did that on scenes where they first really meet the bad guy. Because in the first one, they never came across the bad guy until that scene.
Mm.
Think about it. They never came across the bad guy, the enemy, until that scene. In this one, they do it. They do it. I forgot when they do it, but they do it. Or do they even do it on here? Do they do that swoop scene on here?
360.
Yeah.
Well, they did it. We saw with the Haitian when they were there, the shootout. They did it there.
No, the 360 I'm talking about, where like they're breathing heavy, and a lot of shit just happen.
Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah, where they stand up and then they do that shot.
Right. So yes, they do that, but they only do that when Johnny Tapia calls them. That's their first encounter with Johnny Tapia. So they do that. They do that 360 when shit goes down.
Because wasn't that the scene where they got the announcement that she had been kidnapped, Gabrielle Union?
Right, and they never seen Johnny Tapia yet. They haven't came and they haven't came and encountered Johnny Tapia yet. So that's why they see, and that's why it was like, yes, shit's about to go down, because this is when they first encounter who the fuck they're dealing with. If you notice in all the movies. So in the first one, they do it when they went to the club. I mean, not when they went to the club, when they had captured Tia Leone, and they was doing that long chase and everything. And then they got up, they was breathing hard. And then in this one, they did it when they finally talked to Johnny Tapia, when shit was about to go down. In the third one, they do it when he first meets his son, when his son beats his ass on that damn roof and shit. They do it on there after their son get away. And then on the fourth one, they do it when they come from the when they have that shootout. Yeah, this right here.
Like this is the scene they kind of do a callback to in the other movie. Yeah, they kind of do like that scene.
Yeah, but they do it at certain times when like they encounter the bad guy. And then the fourth one, they do it because they first encountered the bad guy when they killed John Sally's character in the art museum.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to put that out there. That's a few things I noticed from just watching this shit, is that they do that scene when they have some type of interaction with the bad guy.
Okay. But did you think this scene was funny?
Yeah.
What you
It
want?
didn't go on too long.
Take his daughter out.
What's your name?
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on,
Like
I heard the motherfucker say your name, Reggie. You want
Reggie,
to take Megan out?
the way Reggie looks is just funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how they just come to the door and shit is just funny. And will they, they supposed to be Miami prideful and shit or whatever, but it's like with Will, it kind of it show you hear his
Philly accent.
His Philly accent. Yeah. His Philly accent. And if you ever go back and watch 3, he puts his Philly accent way out there when he said he gonna beat a boy ass out there. But he puts his Philly accent on right here. I like the back and forth and shit like that. And then I remember watching the movie theater, like when he said that like, have you ever had sex with a man you want to? Like that shit was just like hilarious. And from them like taking their guns out and shit, you know what I'm saying, was hilarious and
Shit,
shit
nigga,
like
you
that.
live
But you can
30.
tell it's all
Does this
improv.
mean you fight? You can fight. Oh, you motherfucker, you can't fight. Look at you. Look. No, I want to know if the nigga. I want to know somebody gonna take my niece out. I want to know if the nigga can fight. Somebody might come say something. The nigga can't fight. She can't go.
This is Megan's godfather, okay? He just got out the joint.
Why you
okay?
putting all my
They call
business in
him-
the street? Why you
They
putting
call
all?
him.
I just got out of jail and I ain't going back. I ain't going back. What's wrong with you? You acting all scared, nigga. You ain't never seen a gun before.
Man, stop pointing the gun at you, man.
Nigga, look. Don't you disrespect me in front of company.
All right, let the gun go off. You don't
Nigga,
have.
you a big old tall ludicrous looking motherfucker, ain't you? You rap? No. Move, nigga.
look.
Get out the way. If I see
And
you
this
on the
is probably
highway,
like
get the fuck
it's
out
probably
of
like the most
highway.
in history that you'll hear Will Smith say the N-word. So I don't think
Oh,
I've
that
never,
is true.
yeah, I've never heard him say the N-word more than like 3 times in certain movies. So yeah, this is like the most I ever heard him say the N-word. So yeah.
Mike. Now listen, have my daughter home at 10:01. If she ain't home at 10:01, I'm in the car, okay? Lock, loaded, and hunting your motherfucking ass down. Do you hear me?
And I'm
Speak
going
the
with
fuck
him.
up, Reggie.
And if I'm there, you know what it's gonna be? Chitty, chitty, bang, bang, nigga. That's what it's gonna be.
Marcus. Oh, Reggie, baby, I am so sorry.
And they didn't bring the wife. They got a new wife, I think, for the other. Yeah, they didn't bring the wife.
Yeah. Tasha Smith.
Yeah.
Because I think Teresa Randall was going through some medical things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Teresa Randall was going through some medical things, so I think she couldn't come back. But this just shows you also the big thing about this movie too, and I think the big thing that really works for this movie too, just the marketing of this movie, that these were 2 guys that have their own prominent shows in their name
Right.
that went on for like seasons. So this is like putting 2 very, very seasoned vets, comedy vets, in front of each other. Like, as they were looked at as the best cops in Miami, this is like looking at them as the best comedians at that time too. You know what I'm saying? And
What would be the equivalent of that today? Because Martin had Martin on, which was a big '90s show, and then of course Will Smith had Fresh Prince of Bel Air on, which was a big '90s show.
I can't even tell you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They'll probably get, the way movies and shit been working lately. They'll probably get like Charles Gambino and fucking Lakeith Stanfield or some shit. They'll do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll really do some shit like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because Martin premiered in 1992, and then the first one came out in 1995, the movie. So then Martin ended 2 years after Bad Boys. Fresh Prince ended a year after Bad Boys and ended in '96, and then Fresh Prince started in 1990. Is when that show started. They wanted to do more seasons, but then Will Smith didn't want to because obviously he was getting bigger as a star, and they were offering him more movies, and he couldn't do movies because he was still doing the show, so he had to quit doing Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah, Fresh Prince was it was past his prime, man. Like the niggas was in college, like, you know what I'm saying? He fucking dating fucking Tyra Banks and shit. Like, come on, man. It was getting unreal, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was already getting custom Jordans. You know what I'm saying? He was already getting custom Jordans on set. Cause I think one of his favorite Jordans that he loved to wear was the 5s. That's why Will Smith has those Bel Air Jordans now, which was when I went to go see the last one, I actually wore them. So I looked like when I went to go see this movie, I went to go see this movie by myself, right? I just went to go see this movie twice. I took my girl to go see it too. When we went to go see Inside Out. But when I went to go see it by myself, I kid you not, I had I must, I swear to God, I'm kind of glad nobody like noticed it, because I look like the super old nigga. And yeah, I don't have that pair. That's like the Friends and Family pair. That's the Friends and Family pair of the what's the name. I have the other pair that came out like it got retro like 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago. Because the inside of it looks like the jacket or whatever. This one don't look like the jacket as much. This one is more so like the royal purple one. But if you look at the ones that's from like the like 3 years ago, those are the ones that I wore. I wore them Not thinking. I mean, I was thinking that okay, I'm from wear my Will Smiths, but then I also had a shirt on from fucking Martin. I had fucking his pimp shirt on. So I got Martin on my shirt, and I got Will Smith on my shoes. Going to see fucking Bad Boys. How much of a fucking senior citizen I look. So it's just like both from their prominent shows. So I don't know, man. I guess I made a special thing to go see, but it was good though because, like I said, I really enjoyed the fourth one. This one, I can't say it enough. I just didn't really enjoy this. If this was to come into my rankings, it would be the first one, classic. The second favorite would be the fourth one. The third favorite would be the third one, and then this one would come in respectfully last.
Wow.
Because watching it again, it gets kind of tedious to go through, man. You know what I'm saying? It gets kind of tedious to go through. And like I said, I don't think the dialogue is the best. And I think it's just kind of like wasted. And I think a lot of scenes just stopped just to have them do certain things. And I just wasn't down for it. The whole Martin on ecstasy scene and the whole fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, them in the mortuary. It's just a lot of scenes that was just drawn out very, very too long. But also on the other hand, I kind of understood it because I remember when this shit came out. This came out on top of the year. I mean, not top of the year. This came out in August or whatever. So it still had a summer release, which is weird because the third one didn't have a summer release. The third one was actually one of the first movies that came out that year.
Yeah, that came out in January. Yeah.
Yeah. So which I was already concerned. But then watching it again today, I was just like, no, the third one ain't that bad, really. The third one ain't that bad. So yeah, but I still put the third one as number 3. As watching the fourth one twice, I put that one as number 2. I just really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed the last one, man. I really enjoyed the last one. It felt like a real summer blockbuster, as what these movies are supposed to be. And look, check it out. If they make one more with Reggie and his son, and include the new guys too, you know, Vanessa Hudgens and the big white boy, you know what I'm saying? That's fine too, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you're gonna want to bring them in as backup, because in each one of these movies, at the end of it, they always needed backup. You know,
Right.
like even though they were good cops, they were dope cops. At the end of the first one, they needed the 2 Mexican guys to come in with them. And they told, you know what I'm saying? Into the second one, this one, they had the SWAT patrol to come in because they were going against the cartel.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, in the fourth one, they need that damn SWAT shit because they went against a whole fucking army.
And guerrilla army they went against. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the third one, they only went against dude and his mama.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a couple of dudes, yeah, there, but he only really went against dude and his mama. That wasn't really that much, but the son was very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different type of. He was physical. He can get to you. You know, that was the thing. He can get to you, and you know what I'm saying? Like I think each one of the enemies in these franchises, even Johnny Tapia, Johnny Tapia just made his money work for him.
You think he's the most memorable Bad Boys villain?
Johnny Tapia?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. It's definitely the first one.
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely the first one. It's definitely the first. He can't top Johnny Tapia can't top neither one of these other ones, that because even the son was good. You know, even the son was brutal and he was relentless and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was getting his hands dirty. Johnny Tapia wasn't trying to get his hands dirty. Johnny Tapia was just mostly trying to get out the country with his money and shit. So he was more so trying to avoid the police than anything, because he wasn't making any threats. He wasn't really killing people like that. He did kill another cartel dude, yeah, but he just chopped his body up. And really all his character had to do was just walk around. And he shot his mans, but that's about it. Like he really didn't do much else. Like Johnny Tapia didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. He didn't do even in the fourth one. The villain had a little tussle with Mike on the plane. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I can say too, another stylistic thing that they stay consistent with is the way that both of them dress. You know what I'm saying? Like in the first two, you know what I'm saying? It was always like Martin would maybe have a jogger suit or a jersey on showing he from Miami and sports and shit like that. And if you notice, Mike Lowry would always have a suit on. You know what I'm saying? Which is the style of Miami niggas. You know what I'm saying? You might get that Miami nigga that always wear a suit, you know what I'm saying, and looking like a drug lord and shit. And that was Mike Lowry. And then you had fucking Marcus Burnett, where he would, you know, maybe dress more casual and have a whole jumpsuit or something like that. Even in the third one. In the third one, Mike was dressing a little bit too young, so they was trying to call them out. And I get the premise of the third one was to highlight, hey, you motherfuckers is getting old. Let's calm it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's dress more appropriate. But even in that one, it was the same thing. And even in the fourth one, it was the same thing. Martin would wear a jumpsuit. He would wear something more comfortable or some type of Letterman jacket. And if you see like Will, he would have more so something more, you know what I'm saying,
Fitted.
Like fitted, or just more like, you know, polyester, or, you know what I'm saying, silk, shit like that. You know what I'm saying, really expensive Italian type wear on them and everything like that.
He's dressing more like a captain should dress. Yeah, the department. Rather than just a regular street detective. Yeah.
Well, but if you notice, he was dressing. He like Martin said in the third one, he makes a quote where he says, because the lady in the third one was saying that he was saying that she taught him how to dress, and that's when Martin was like, "That's how you learned how to dress like a Colombian drug dealer."
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. So,
Epitex says, this was my favorite of the series, even as a kid, and it still is, even though it has a lot of problems, especially the length. He said, yeah, let's get into our final rating here. So yeah, Bad Boys 2. I think it is probably one of the weaker entries of the series, having to rate them. I think For Life is my favorite of the Bad Boys movies. Out of all four of them so far. Yeah, I think For Life for me is my favorite one, and I think this is the weakest one. I think, like you said, the length is a problem. The action here, I mean, it's a lot going on, car chases, shootouts. Some of them are good, but then some of it is like, okay, you're doing 3, 4, 5 of these things. There's just too much there. You know, the banter between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I think there's still some good funny stuff between the two of them. You know, like the scene where they're the exterminators. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a kind of a funny bit between them. Their banter back and forth between like you mentioned the two Spanish cops. I think the two Latino cops. I think that's pretty good. Like they're both racist to each other.
Very racist
to each other there. You know, there's some kind of good moments there a little bit. But it's just, I don't think it is as good as the first Bad Boys film there.
The funniest joke on that was like, I think this was on 2, I can't remember, but the funniest joke was when the Spanish cop was like, you take your chicken, you take your Sweetwater cornbread, you go over there with that shit. I was like, God damn.
We talking about this scene right here? Let me see if this is the scene talking about. I don't think this is it.
Think you can find out what's on these shreds? Of course.
Oye, señoritas, listen, we
It is the first one.
a little bit of lunch.
Should we put you down for a bucket of extra crispy and a couple of grape sodas?
Couple of grape sodas.
Jesus.
That's very funny.
Isn't it low tide?
You know, I think it is.
Don't you have some relatives to pick up?
What? Yo, now you crossed the line, man. Okay,
No,
that's not funny.
No,
man.
we're fucking with you. Look.
Jeez.
That's like, come on, man. A couple of grape sodas, like, but they got them back. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because they kind of wrote them off in the second one a little bit. They did the same shit they did to the sister. Oh, I had them go on a mission and they died. Like, damn. That's how you doing them?
Yeah. I mean, they just kind of, you don't see them. They're not coming back there.
Yeah, that's what the captain said in the fourth one.
Yeah. So I guess their fate there. Yeah, so for me, I would give it. I still think it's got some good thrills in it. And that for alone, I would kind of give it a stream it for that alone, just because of the thrills of it, and
Mm.
because of just the good chemistry between Will Smith and Mark Lawrence there, and some funny moments that you have. What about you?
I give it a low stream it. I feel like how you feel, but the thrills and everything will leave. You know what I'm saying? It'll leave after a while. And like I said, you will look up and be like, damn, more action. And if this is your first time watching, you'll appreciate it that you're getting more action. But then it's just like you'll look up and be like, damn, well, this movie was kind of like unnecessarily long. Especially when you go back and watch the shit like years later. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to watch this again because you're gonna want to watch it for Martin and Will. But I mean, I still give it a low stream it. You know what I'm saying? What's under stream it?
Skip it.
Skip out. No, I don't want to give it a skip out. A skip it. I don't want to give it a skip it because it's kind of disrespectful. But I do want to give it a very, very low stream it. And then tune out is the last one.
So you can give someone tune out or a skip it. And then below that is like a burn it. Waste fucking film.
Let me go back then. Let me give it a high tune out just to go against go with my statement. Because like I said, I think you'll tune out after a while if the action is not drawn in for you, which I think it won't. Even though it's so much, you'll get tired of it. It just becomes I don't know if asinine is even the right word to use, but it just becomes too much, after a while.
So you gave it a tune out there.
The high tune out. I'll give it that high tune out, close to streaming. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And I gave it a stream it for Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our review of Bad Boys 2. Thank you, Chill, for stopping by, man. Thanks for reviewing this with me. We're gonna be heading out of here, and thank you, Lone Wolf. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hello, how are you? I'm gonna be doing a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing a review for Bike Riders with Nick, and I'm gonna be doing a review for Legend of Korra Book 4 with Mike Hedgewood there. Doing that Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm gonna be on a stream with Sage from Radio Information Maturity. We're gonna be doing a stream Monday, probably 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're gonna be doing all the biggest news, video game news there from all these announcements. And then Wednesday, I'm gonna be doing a stream with the same person. We're gonna be doing Hunter x Hunter Arc 4, doing a review for that. And then maybe going to review Shogun maybe sometime there as well. I watched that, so giving a review of that. I've been meaning to do a review of that. I binge watched that. Friday, we're going to be doing a stream. Me, Nick, and Dust there. We're going to be doing Quiet Place Day 1 and then also Kind of Kindness. And then next Saturday, I'm going to be doing a stream there, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. They're going to be doing a review for But I'm a Cheerleader for Pride Month. Doing a review for that. So that's the streams that we got coming up. Chill, let everybody know about you, what you got coming up, your links, everything like that.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I just dropped a new interview with D Money TV. He's a No Jumper reaction channel, mainly No Jumper reaction channel, but he's also a content creator and stuff like that. So I just dropped that, man. You can go to the Chill Spot, DACHILLSPOT. And if you look at the interview, yes, that motherfucker is long as hell, but hey, that's the point of my interviews. I like doing long form interviews. And I just want to be like the Ted Koppel of this thing, man. We had a nice long conversation. We talked about his life. We talked about the different creators that he reacts to, things of that nature. And that's my latest one that just came out. So yeah, throw a like on there, man, and throw a fake view on there if you like. You don't gotta listen to the whole thing, but I think it was a very interesting conversation. And my thing with matter is, one day I'm gonna have Tune on here too, man. If he's ever down, you know what I'm saying. I want to have Tune on here, and we talk about his journey too, and shit like that. So have your own in-depth interview and shit like that. And I think that's just the package that I want to give out to people when they do sit down with me. So a lot of things that happen with these people that I've interviewed so far. So hopefully it opens up a lot of more doors out here, man, because I just want to make cool content and sit down and have cool interviews and stuff like that. And yeah, something that can live in history. So
Nice. So that's your YouTube right now, the chill spot right
chill
there.
spot, the Twitch, the chill spot. We had 877 followers on that boy right there. Hopefully, I can get to 900 before the year is up. I don't know. I'll see what's up. But if you are, just come through the stream, man. Come vibe out with me. I'm gonna just call myself a variety streamer at this moment. Because I do just a variety of things. I'm either playing the game, I'm either DJing, or we're just doing a lot of reactions to a lot of YouTube content and watching sneaker content and other little content that I like to look at on the thing. So we always like to hang out, come through, smoke something. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't smoked nothing during this review. It's probably the first afternoon tune review that I haven't even smoked nothing in. But yeah, man, come through, smoke something, man. You see me with the green eyes or something like that. Fuck with me. Oh, and follow me on Twitter too. Because sometimes I'll be in the Twitter spaces and everything like that. And it'd be wild shit going on Twitter spaces. You never know who might come through. Sometimes when we're doing the Twitter spaces, we had like Ian Dunlap come through one time, Rory from the Rory and Maul show, like Joe Budden. Joe doesn't really come through that much anymore, though. We kind of pissed him off, but fuck him. Make these niggas content. That's my saying. Yeah, Ian Dunlap, Rocky Thunder, man. A lot of cool people. Flacco, Poetic Flacco, which I text you. I told you he actually cursed me out the other day, but it's not my fault, brother. I'm just a reporter, just like you bitch ass nigga. Cause man, you don't get mad at me for trying to report something. Get your ass up, like, dude. Don't get mad at me for reporting some shit. Look, I'm Chicago biased. My man's that you talking about, you finna do a whole case on. Talking about you got some pedophiles for him. You finna do a whole case on them and everything like that. I just want to ask you some questions. You brought that up. Ain't gonna curse me out. It's all good. But yeah, other than that, yeah, man, just follow me on Twitch, 2Chill, 9 L's. That's why I was a big 2 Chainz fan. And what else? I'm trying to think of something else. What else I have like going on? Playback. I'm on Playback, So if you want to ever come chill with me on Playback, just join my Discord, follow me through Twitch, and join my Discord, Playback. We always watching shit on Playback. That's why we like to do our legal shit from. Yeah, on Twitch, on Twitter, you see like these are old interviews that I got, man. Those interviews are like 10 years old down there. Those super old ones down there. Those are like over like 15 years old down there now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just put a little bit of history up and everything like that. And I think Twitter, is becoming something. I think Twitter is something that we can, as creators, man. I think we can really, really eat off of. So definitely, look into Twitter more, Jay. I would say, look into Twitter more of posting y'all content on there and y'all visuals. You feel me? Because I think that will direct a couple people to the Afternoon Tune site too. So, and people are getting paid off Twitter too. So, hey, post your visuals up there. I know you don't post them as much your visuals, but post your visuals up there. I think it will help.
Yeah. Well, there, go follow him, check him out. All his links there, I'll put them in the description below. And with us, you can follow us on all the social media. Blue Sky all day afternoon. Just type that in and you'll be able to find us. Usually streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/afternoon tune every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They're streaming on pretty much 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We made it to 500 followers on Twitch. Let's get to 600 followers. Let's do that. YouTube.com, the Afternoon Tune, post some clips from the stream, discussions, reviews, everything like that. Trying to make it to 2K subs there. I'm gonna be raiding somebody now. I'll be heading out of here. Rated M for Immaturity. They're on right now. I'll be going ahead and giving them a raid. Thank you again to Chill. Very much appreciate, man. Thanks for stopping by, helping me review Bad Boys 2.
Yeah, great talk, man. Thank you. I appreciate the talk that we had around it, because it wasn't just about Bad Boys 2. I think it was good that we had this talk around all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, after watching a lot of them, if you really love Bad Boys, and you go back and watch all of these, and then go and watch Bad Boys 4, all of them will make Bad Boys 4 like super enjoyable on some like Marvel shit. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody, stay tuned.
Peace.
All right. Good stuff there.
Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, man.